No, there we go. So Armando, are you gonna hide? Hardly anyone added. So, let's see, is this working? Well, for Christ's sakes, Donnie Zane. Is this even working? So, let's see, is this working? There we are. I tested it. It is working. Donnie Zane. Well, like, what is the point of spending your time on the internet just trying to call people gay and stuff? Like, it's you changed a little bit, like at least getting away from the Christian stuff, but you've fallen into a bit of a bad habit. Um, I'd have to say you don't have the best role models. Oh, there's Petra.
Hello.
Hi, Petra. Hey.
Hello, Lassage.
Oh, something else. What the hell's that?
La 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 la. La 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 la. Dead, isn't it?
Maybe you got the love I need. Or maybe it's more than enough. Oh, down, come walk a while with me. Dun, dun, you got so much. That song, Amanda Praise. Hard to sing. Yeah, I cannot sing hard rock. It's not.
I like hard rock.
Yeah, it doesn't fit my voice.
I'm going to sing hard rock now. Well, it's not hard rock, it's soft rock, really.
Oh boy.
This is what I sing in the pub, and he wants me to do it again next week, and he said he's gonna perfect his guitar playing so we can get it better for me.
Because my neighbor's been playing music all fucking day. He's been going all day long. He plays the bass, and I can hear the bass.
That's what my neighbours probably. I had a complaint from the council saying that someone's complained about my music being too loud.
What? That sucks.
I know, but I think it's the neighbours next door. But I've asked them, and they said it wasn't them. So, and someone told my estate agent I've been smoking weed. So it's got to be them. Oh, and telling everyone try and get rid of me.
Wow, I was just going over the news too, and it's so funny. I gotta kind of feel bad a little bit for the Trump people because it's just always bad. It's always bad.
Let me get the correct version. Wake up in the morning and I raise my weary head. I got an old coat for a pillow, and the earth was last night's bed. I don't know where I'm going, only God knows where I've been. I'm a devil on the run, a six-gun lover, a candle in the wind. Yeah!
That's a good
Brought
movie.
into this world, they say you're born in sin. Well, at least they gave me something I didn't have to steal or have to win. Well, they tell me that I'm wanted. Yeah, I'm a wanted man. I'm a cold in your stable. I'm what Cain was the able, Mr. Catch me if you can. Going down in a blaze of glory. Take me now, but know the truth. I'm going down in a blaze of glory. Lord, I never drew first, but I drew first blood. I'm no one's son. Call me young gun. You ask about my conscience, and I offer you my soul. Ask if I grow to be a wise man. Well, I ask if I grow. You've asked me if I've known love and what it's like to sing songs in the rain. I've seen love come, I've seen it shut down, I've seen it die in vain. Down in a blaze of glory, take me now, but know the truth. I'm going down in a blaze of glory. Lord, I never drew first, but I drew first blood. I'm the devil's son. Call me young gun. Yeah! And that's it for that.
Yeah, that's that's kind of tough too because they sing. There's plenty of people in the chorus, right? Like when you know um, it's at a certain point shot down, down, right? There's people harmonize, right?
And the notes are long.
Yeah, the best line that was a cool movie though. Young Guns, wasn't it?
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's pretty good. Emilio Estevez and Lou Diamond Phillips, right? It's old school. It's an older movie. It's 80s, late 80s or early 90s. I think early 90s was when that came out. There's one great scene and one great line because they get lost and they don't know what to do, so they turn to the native, right? Lou Diamond Phillips playing the native guy, and he says, "Well, what do your ancestors do? Oh, well, we go on a spirit journey or something, right?" And they're doing peyote, right? So they all sit down to take peyote, and the one dude's tripping so hard he takes the shotgun and he goes into the cave, right? Because he's like freaking out, right? And you hear gunshots, and he comes out, right? And they're like messing with the tape because it's like a drug trip, and he comes out and he goes, "Did you see the size of that chicken?" Right? It's like, oh man, that's a pretty funny line.
I like the lines of Pulp Fiction, like when Samuel Jackson's in his bag and he goes, "This is a tasty burger."
What's that from?
Like
Which?
Pulp Fiction.
Let me show you. Yeah, that's just.
I'll get it up on here and then I'll screen share it. It's a good Pulp Fiction. Samuel Jackson.
No, there's tag.
Burger.
People filtered in here.
No.
Yeah. Hey, True Tech. Speaking of the future atheists, I think top of the list is Armando. He's slowly coming around, right? Like, he's starting to recognize it's like, well, geez, I keep saying this stuff that's completely like retarded, and it's a bit embarrassing. He doesn't actually say that. I'm just explaining, how a normal person would feel if they were like him, right? And so it's like, yeah, this is, it's absolutely humiliating. Okay, that I, try and come up with this ridiculous, absurd nonsense, and I figure,
So you
I'd be
agree
better
that you
off
talk
to
nonsense?
what?
You agree that you talk nonsense?
Oh yeah, it's there's no question. It's based on, it's like a Hollywood movie. Okay, you watch a movie from Hollywood that is based on a true story, right? That's it's just based on the
You
truth and
just let
everything, and
imagination
they
run wild,
throw
don't
in a
you?
bunch of wild crap to convince people. And what the heck, that looks delicious, Petra. I'm hungry. Damn it! I
Listen,
wouldn't have
listen,
known I was hungry if you didn't.
listen to this.
Oh, my stomach even growled.
This is a tasty burger. Say what again? Say what again?
Yeah,
Have you seen Pulp
that's
Fiction?
that was a fucking Royale with cheese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In France they don't call it the quarter pounder. It's a Royale with cheese.
What's the matter? Oh, you were
Say
finished.
what again?
Allow me to retort. What
Oh
does
yeah, this
Marcellus
is
want?
really tough. Um, Christopher Walken's scene is really good in that too.
Petra, you cannot do that. My lord will get a copyright infringement.
But it's uploaded already. It's streaming YouTube to YouTube. How's that?
I'm not sure, but it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I don't know either. But that's, if there's a copyright infringement, why blame the mirror
A
or
live
the
search,
second
a live
production?
search. Can I ask you something serious?
Uh, well, of course you can ask, but
If you allow me, is that a yes or no?
of course go. What do you want to ask?
I'll research all those non-serious things which I say to you, all those aside. Uh, I really want to know that why do you confront everyone?
I don't. Sometimes I do. It depends. It's like it's about bullshit. It's about bullshit and stuff. I have a good bullshit filter, and people are underutilizing just how much information we have at our fingertips over the internet, right? And everyone just cares about, like the American thing is knowing pop culture, and there's no real appreciation for the actual like history. Okay, there's so much important stuff to know, and generally in America, because of their culture, well, and not just there, a lot of people, like everywhere, um people are into just this pop culture garbage and stuff, where they don't actually understand much about the world. And it's a shame because there's so much to know, like
Okay, would you agree that there is uh, there is a distinction between information and knowledge, and
no,
we
not
are
Yes.
really.
we
Technically,
are living in the times where there is a tsunami of information, but people lack knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. It is. There's, we're saturated, and it's only gotten worse. And, if you, see, I've actually studied on that, right? Like, I mentioned the guy, Marshall McLuhan, right? He's an information theorist, right? Canadian intellectual. He was an English professor from the East Coast, and he's uh,
Martian?
Marshall McLuhan. Yeah, he's famous. He's really famous. Like, he did a cameo appearance on a Woody Allen movie, right? Like, he's recognized as an important intellectual, okay, historically, and as an information theorist. Like, he worked for IBM, right, when IBM was first coming out. Which, I don't know if you know the history of stocks and all that, right? But IBM was the first big electronics and computer
No, I don't know.
manufacturer.
I don't know anything.
Oh, it was huge. Anyone who recognized that the world was changing and we were going to go electronic, um, buying in when IBM first opened onto the stock market, it was huge, right? It's like legendary. People, stock traders and stuff, refer to, it's like, if there's a new stock on the market that people think has a great deal of potential, they'll refer to it as like the next IBM, right? Because
Is it something?
IBM was
Is it
so.
something related to Bill Gates, Microsoft?
No, not really. IBM's predecessor for Microsoft. Microsoft is Bill Gates, right? And that's more to do with, like, initially with I believe, operating systems. They weren't really in. They're not a PC manufacturer. They're software,
Like
right?
Intel.
Um, it's Marshall McLuhan worked for IBM too, all right? And like I say, he's, his title or what is, is as an information theorist. Then to go on, okay, to explain, he was doing these studies right back in the 1960s, and what he concluded back in the 1960s, he's looking at the development of, the exchange of information, right, which is communication, and through history, initially we had only verbal communication, right, like the oral tradition, and then humanity developed, alphabets, and we got the written word. Okay, but the thing is, and there was tons of people who that's what they did for a living. They were scribes, right? And the church is like hugely involved in this. But anyways, because to copy books, okay, it had to be done by hand, right? And that's how it was until around the 15th century, right? It was actually just before the Protestant Reformation, right? This is how technology goes hand in hand with the development, because it was in Germany, right? Gutenberg, right? That's one of Marshall McLuhan's books. It's called The Gutenberg Galaxy, and Gutenberg was the guy who created the first printing press in Europe. And the first book that was ever printed was, of course, the Bible, right? The King James Bible. And so they put the Bible into huge circulation because now they can mass produce, right? No longer is it that you have to, ascribe. Books were way more expensive, right? Because it's all has to be handwritten, right? So that takes a lot of work, and only really wealthy people had books. But once the printing press comes onto the scene, okay, now all of a sudden information starts to spread a lot quicker, right?
Information
And
or
because
knowledge?
it's a medium,
No,
right? The written word is,
information goes to spread along or knowledge.
well, there's information and knowledge are very similar things, right? There's like a lot of overlap there.
No, that's why I ask you as a layman. See, I'm not that smart,
Yeah,
but I just ask
yeah,
you as a layman that
yeah.
what's the distinction between information and knowledge?
Well, that's, you look at the dictionaries, right? That's the thing. Okay, both of those words probably have more than one, meaning to it, really, right? Like information. Okay, that word has far many more applications, I think, than the word knowledge does, right? There's different types, different uses. So there's going to be like multiple definitions, right? Now, knowledge is, this is tricky stuff because we're talking about like the meaning of words, okay, and semantics, and um, the difference, to explain the difference between them. It's like, asking me to do that. Just look it up in the dictionary, right, and study.
Mm.
And so anyways, what I was saying, okay, at that point, right, that created a much greater volume of information exchange,
By press.
right, because now there's the printed word, right. And so yeah, like I say, the first book ever printed on a printing press was the King James Bible, right, and it was mass produced, okay, and put into circulation. And and then okay, what that changed so much, because people started mass producing all sorts of different things. Printing presses showed up all over the place, and this is where publishers come into play, right. And that medium, okay, or modicum is um is the words to use here. Anyways, okay, jumping forward, okay, the next big step forward was with Marconi, right, and using wireless, right, which at the time they'd send telegraphs, okay, and that's where we come into the electronic age. Okay, and the next step up from that, because it used to be people had to write letters, right? It used to, like in old, pioneer days of the United States, right? They had the Pony Express, right, where everything has to be delivered by hand. Okay, so the exchange, the free flow of information, and then we come around to where telegraph comes into play.
Signals.
Okay, and sending the signals through the wires or through the air, right? Radio transmission and radio changed. Okay, that was another huge dynamic where the free flow of information just went even bigger, because it's a faster medium of exchange of information. And then
Coordination.
well, that's, yeah, and then we come to television. Okay, now television carries even more information, because radio is just audio, right? It's just sound. Okay, but when television rolls onto the scene, okay, it's information gets
Visual.
exchanged in visual, yeah, video, exactly, visual and audio, right? So the amount of information that goes through in TVs is way higher than the amount of information that goes through radio, right? And it was at that time where he did this study, okay, in the 1960s, and what he calculated out was, at that time, he said, because of television, the amount of information that a child is exposed to by the age of 9 is the same, like in volume, as their grandparents were exposed to in their whole lives, right? And well, there's motion pictures too, right? Movies, and these are all different information exchange and stuff, right? And yeah, now with the internet, it's absolutely crazy, and we're like extremely overwhelmed. And considering how easy it is to share information and communicate, look what we do with it, right? We're like giant monkeys that we don't take it seriously. It's all about joking and bullshitting and all this crap,
Right.
where
You're right. You're just wasting our uh, the assets which the modern future or the current time has provided us. We are wasting it, and instead of utilizing it, we are wasting it. That's a research. I completely agree with you. Petra,
yeah.
would you like to provide us your input on this subject?
Oh Christ, here we go.
No?
It's definitely getting really bad, right? Because because of the fake news and all this garbage. Okay, the confusion that's going on in the world now is huge. And like with like WikiLeaks and stuff like that, okay, like people, the internet basically gives anyone a platform for which they can communicate with literally billions of
Okay,
people,
research.
right? Like,
Would you agree that WikiLeaks were engineered leaks? The intelligence community wanted to have those leaks. Those were
no,
engineered leaks.
no,
No.
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
They hate. Okay, you kidding me? They hate Julian Assange. Okay, the United States wants him, right? That's why the whole thing, with his rape charge in Sweden is that's all trumped up. Okay, I've talked with plenty of Swedish nationals, Swedish people, right, asking
Uh-huh.
them their opinion on the Julian Assange and this and that, and they all the woman who charged him,
Hello.
okay, she's like a pariah in Sweden. It's like everyone hates her, okay, because they know that she's allowing herself to be used where, it's like, come on, okay, fuck off. You got to be kidding me, right? It's like it's a trumped up charge, right? The majority, a lot of people, like I don't know how many, but it's everyone I ask about it says, that like 70 or 80% of the people in Sweden, okay, are angry at this woman for playing puppet with like the American government or for the American government, because that's what they want. Okay, they want to get Julian Assange into custody. Okay, and Sweden has an extradition treaty with the United States, right? So
Uh-huh.
everyone knows. Okay, he turns himself over to be prosecuted on these bullshit charges. Okay, and they know that the Swedish government will hand him over to the United States, right? That's what it is, of course. It's the Americans. The American establishment wants him, right? So it's the to speculate, okay, in like conspiracy theory that it's actually a government agency. No, 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 no. He's from Australia. He grew up as like a hacker, right? He's kind of a bit of an anarchist, and a bit of a big ego, and he's so big, right? He got himself in too deep where it's bigger than anything can deal with, and I don't know what to make of him really, because there's a huge amount of power in that, right? Because that's the purpose of communication, is to influence, right? And he has the call, okay, just like in the US, how everyone's complaining about the media, okay, because they've got the left-wing bias on one side, okay, right-wing bias on the other, right? And part of the bias is what they decide to show you, right? Like they can show you, you know it's not exactly fair and balanced, even though that's the slogan for Fox News. um, it's not really fair and balanced because they can be selective with what they show,
Is
right?
is is
And
is
yeah.
media divided between left and right? Is there anything neutral? Do
Well,
we have
I think
anything
CNN is
neutral
more
in the
neutral.
media?
Well, CNN's kind of center left, right? Like, it's all a spectrum, and you go like now where it's gone to, right, is the influence of the alt right, okay, which is like far, far, far right wing, right? That's Breitbart and all that garbage, right? And these people, the further right you go, the more psychopathic it is. There's no getting around that. Um, you can't say that left wingers are like psychopathic in the same way. It's just different.
Let's
Anyway.
search. While talking to you, I went to Google and I wrote it down. Let's search Lyserge, and I
Oh
said
boy.
definition. There's no
Yeah.
definition. It's just showing
No.
a lysergic acids.
Yeah.
There's a French word, Lysandra,
Lysander.
uh, Lysander.
Yeah, I forget
Uh,
where that name is from. Lysander. It's a famous name though.
there's another word, French, Lyserge, but without an E. That's a
Yeah.
French word.
It,
It means it
it's
means
just a name.
no. Is
It's just a
Lyserge
name.
is just a name, or it has any meaning?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't really mean much to me. Like I could call myself grapefruit. I could call myself, um, ostrich. I could call myself, anything.
No, but no, but ostrich is an animal, so we can understand
Yeah,
what
I
is
know.
Lyserge.
Yeah.
What is Lyserge?
Well, like with you chose. Why did you choose the name Honest Pakistani? Because of I think it's because
Do do you want an honest answer?
usually, but
You
that's up to you.
okay? I'll give you a real answer. I was going through a very difficult time, so I found out this YouTube chats. Well, I was going through a lot. So what happened? I researched that it also had something to do with like I was here in this country like 3 or 4 months, and before this I was detained in Dubai for 11.5 months. So I had an Arabic anti-Arab sentiments.
Yeah,
So so when I started texting, there were some few Arabs and Irani guys. So I started sharing my experiences, what I have seen, what I used to believe, most of the Pakistanis used to believe, and what is really going on in the Middle Eastern countries. So they used to cuss me out and everything. And during this time, some of the people started asking that where are you from? So they said that I told them that I'm from Pakistan, and they said they started addressing me as honest Pakistani. Before
yeah,
this, I was stupid enough that I was going with my real name. So
yeah,
when they started calling me honest Pakistani, I created a name, honest
yeah.
Pakistani. Then election campaign started, Trump campaign. When Trump said, I don't know anything about Trump, but when Trump said that uh, uh, I am gonna put a leash on Saudi Arabia, I thought, oh my God, this man has the guts to say that out loud.
Yeah.
After Reagan, or I think
Oh,
who
he's
was
a, he's a
before?
blowhard. Okay, he's full of shit. Okay,
Uh,
and what emboldens him to say things like that is knowing and understanding that he's has the
the Saudis
protection
are
of the American
untouchable.
Secret Service,
Currently,
right?
for the
You
past
know, it
two
went to his
decades,
head, right?
for
No,
the
Trump
past
is a fucking
two
idiot.
past 2 3 decades,
Idiot.
Saudis are untouchable. It it needs a lot of guts to go against the Saudis, and he went out straight.
He didn't though. He didn't. He
He
didn't.
went out
Okay.
straight.
Just days ago, he was. It was either yesterday or the day before. Okay, he was over. Okay,
He wasn't over.
shaking hands
The
with the
Saudis were here.
Saudis.
The Saudis were here. Not Saudis are not sheikhs. Sheikhs are Dubai Emiratis and Qatari, but Saudis were here. The prince was here. The crown prince was here. So they are
Yeah.
kind of kissing his ass as right now. So Trump has the guts. You have to agree. Whether you it is just because he is the people's president.
Trump has the guts to say shit behind people's backs. is
Okay,
is a better
okay.
right
I'm
when he
gonna
feels.
give you another example. One of the executive orders which Trump issued, there is an executive order which which restrains the basic
Hey,
requirement to.
hey, Packy. Sorry to interrupt. Okay, but Buddy is asking to be unhidden. If you can do that,
How
please.
can I annoy him?
I've done
I
it.
don't know. I don't.
I've done it,
I,
Here.
like I said.
Oh,
I'm
touches.
good.
Oh, there he
I'm
is.
good. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
Okay, there is one guy. He came up and he told me that, do you know? Uh, okay, this guy is also a Pakistani, a Muslim Pakistani, and he has some sentiments that, okay, sorry, not sentiments. He has some reservations that what Trump is doing is not right, but he was he was a, he was integral enough to recognize that what Trump issued in that executive orders, that he exceeded. Uh, he raised the minimum limit, the minimum salary package limit from 60,000 to 160,000 for issue. for getting an H1 visa. Indians,
Right.
most of the Indians, they were
Yeah.
doing the Indians are nationalists, and they have more, I would say, more loyalty towards their community than to the country itself. So most of the
Yeah.
Indians, they were doing this, that they were taking money from people back in India, and they were offering them jobs. So they would get an advance money from them, and they would process an H1 visa, and the local talent and the local people, the local high skilled people were getting out of jobs. They were not receiving those jobs, and foreigners from India were getting those jobs. So what from the okay, now this has been going on since past 30 or 40 years, and
Oh, I know. I'm
Trump
very
had the
familiar.
wisdom that
It's
he came
actually
in, and
H1B.
it is EB1, highly skilled. Uh,
Oh, I know.
that's
It's
the category.
the brain.
That's the category.
Well, the
But
United
still,
States has
it's a
been
visa.
brain draining Canada like
It's a
crazy.
work permit visa. So, see, you have to agree. Okay, I had nothing. I did not knew anything because Asil research. I'm not. I admit that I'm not capable of digging up and scrutinizing information. So I just heard this, and then I checked. It was true. So see, 40
Yeah.
years, like 40, 50 years, this been going
Oh
on,
yeah.
and people are ripping off. People are the people who deserve to have those jobs. Their jobs are ripped off by some other people. Okay, do you know when United States invests something in India, their first priority is that the local people, the local Indians should benefit the most from that investment. But
Yeah.
when it comes to United States, we get fooled by other people. So, Lysers, I'm sorry, sir. This
Oh.
Saudi thing, and this Saudi thing, and this executive order are masterpiece. It purely reflects that this person has the wisdom. This person has the wisdom and the vision to foresee the future. And second, right now it's not even 100 days, and he did something, and nobody is giving him a credit for
Got
that.
it. Yeah. I'm not familiar with this.
You have
It's yeah.
internet
They're
within your fingertip.
they are. They're saying.
You can go.
Well, I'm just googling. I'm looking at it
Uh-huh,
right now. Right,
uh-huh.
the Times of India, right from India Times, is
and they
saying
and
good
India
things
is
about
bashing
Trump.
it. India is bashing it that the United States needs those workers, and this because they are getting a lot of remittance. They're doctors, engineers, they're IT professionals. But like such, there are people who are here. They are more talented, more skilled, more educated, but their jobs are being given to them.
We've got a
So,
lot of problems with India, like Canada. I'll tell you. I got a call. Oh, I don't know, a couple days ago in the morning, right? And it's like a phishing scam or what? Right? It's a crime. It's criminals, and they're calling right to try and get access to my computer, and it's the police have warned the public about these scams, and
you mean
okay, they're
phishing
getting
scam?
worse, and there's nothing that the
Phishing scam?
government can do to stop them. India, okay, it started. Nigeria, okay, is famous around the world for this,
Okay, call centers,
right?
call
For
centers, the most of the call centers, they get information about your social security, about your address, about your real name, and then they
yeah,
sell it in the black market. These call centers are
yep,
involved in that, and
yep,
and it's the lack of prosecution to
yeah.
prosecute
In
them.
India, oh, I know
And
India's
India has
legal
been doing
system.
this.
It's brutal. Oh yeah, it's brutal. Well, India, has a huge reputation for corruption, like extremely widespread corruption. Like, if it's a standard
Obvious.
practice. You want
It's
something
obvious
done,
that
you bribe the official, right? Like,
India believes Indian leadership, Indian elite, or Indian the people who are leading India. They believe in the philosophy of Chanakya. Chanakya philosophy is the same as any other Wahhabi philosophy. Philosophy. Chanakya believes that the Hindu Brahman are the chosen people, and to get them into the power, and they were chosen to rule the world, and due to and to get them into power, do whatever you need to do, whether be a kiss ass or be as ruthless as you can be. You have to
yeah,
do it. And Chanakya philosophy is the same as Saudi Wahhabi philosophy. That's why Saudis and Indians, they kind of they love each other, and Pakistani people are stupid. They are being used from
yeah,
the past 60 70 years. And you know, uh, 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 research, and let me tell you something else. And whether you're gonna agree with this or you're not gonna agree with this, but
don't worry.
Buddy is here. Buddy knows stuff that whatever happened. We since the creation of Pakistan, we were in the U.S. lobby, and India was playing both sides, but India was in the Russian lobby. President Obama,
Yeah,
I don't know what's wrong
as
with
they should,
President
really. Like,
Obama. We had a very successful campaign against Russia during Afghan war, and it was a successful campaign. And I'm gonna be completely honest, it was not just on one side that United States was the beneficiary. Pakistan was also a beneficiary because of that Afghan jihad. Pakistan became completed its nuclear program. Pakistan completed its missile program, and we needed Russia out of Afghanistan because Russians were there to invade till Pakistan. So it was a mutual benefit, but it was a very successful campaign, a joint venture by the ISI and the CIA. But what Obama did, see, they, he completely overturned it, and he went towards India. And now it is strange that Pakistan and uh, Russia are doing joint military exercises. So it's very strange.
yeah.
So, but Trump, I
Oh,
believe
there's.
Trump has the vision. Trump is gonna. I would say the United States should think for
I don't
itself.
think he has this. He doesn't know fuck all.
He knows
Is
everything. He
he's
has
like,
vision. You're not gonna agree with this. He
it's
has vision.
overblown.
Either the people, either the people who are behind Trump, they have the vision, but they truly have the vision.
They're scary people. The people behind Trump. Um,
At least,
that's
at least
I don't
they
like
are
that
patriot. I
faction.
would say at
They're
least they are patriot.
they're the
Okay,
dangerous ones.
okay, okay. At least they are patriot. See, Sarge, I'm going to tell you something. We live in a world which is we live in an insecure world. This world is insecure, and we
Yeah,
live
there's
in
no
the
such
world.
thing as
I'm sorry, what?
security. There's no such thing as complete security. For
Okay,
anyone.
there
America's
is
paranoid.
a struggle for survival. We have to admit that. Okay, why is that every other country on the planet is is more focused about getting themselves survived? Why should United States think about others instead of thinking
But
of
not
themselves?
everyone comes with that approach of that life is a struggle, right, against everyone. And that's kind of one of the key defining differences between a left-wing perspective and a right-wing perspective. Okay, the right wingers, that's how they view the world. Okay,
Hey, before
where
you get
it's
off
like
into all that stuff, hey Packy, you got to
it
remember
is.
you know, when someone is opposed to somebody, Packy, you can tell them the best Alice in Wonderland story you want to. It ain't gonna make any difference, brother.
Why?
Because when someone's against somebody, they don't want to see any good. They only want to see the bad, and that's
Why you? Why are you against? Why are you against him, Serge?
Well, because he's right wing, right? He represents the
They
But
threat.
dude,
stop
you're
right
not even
there,
an American.
Packy,
You're not
Packy,
even living in United States.
Packy,
Why are you
Packy.
so against him?
Listen to that first statement that came out of his mouth. Because they are right wingers. Now,
Yeah.
So
you see that? See, that tells you
Well,
right there you need no, but see, that tells someone like me that this is useless. I'll turn around and go get in my car and turn the
Yeah.
key and leave.
Listen. Okay, hold on. Okay, you know what I said previously to that. Okay,
Well,
is like
well,
the key
see, I don't
defining difference
label you
between the
though.
left and the right.
I don't
Okay,
label you with
which
a blank
I say specifically
like that.
has to do with a predatory mentality. Okay, what Packy said. Okay, is people fighting for survival.
No,
Okay,
what
now
he was
that's the
trying to
right
let
wing
you
view of
know
things.
was what he was trying to
The
let you
left wing
know.
isn't about that. Okay, the left wing is about
I
cooperating.
don't even believe in that left
and
wing,
loving
right
one another.
wing shit. That's just me.
Well, that's how it is. That's
Well,
how it is.
that's you people that want to throw a blanket label on a party. That's all that is.
That's all we can do. We don't have any other choice but to think in this way. That is how
I
all
don't like
brains
the left
work.
or the
All
right.
brains
I've
work this
already
way.
told you that before, LaSurge. I don't like the left,
This
and
is
I don't
study
like the
fucking
right.
psychology and neurology. This is not
buddy,
up for
buddy,
debate, and
what's
this
right
is not a
and what's
matter of
left?
opinion. This is fucking factual
I
science.
don't understand what's right and what left.
It's called they've always been in bed with each other through corruption, which LaSurge has no fucking clue of.
No. You have a choice between right wing A and right wing B.
I have any choice on this earth that I choose.
Both of your parties are right wing.
I don't like. For the longest time, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I didn't like the left or the fucking right.
Yeah, they're both right wing is the thing.
No,
Okay, even
they're
your
not.
left is right.
You don't. That makes me know that you really. Not only are you closed-minded because once you hate somebody, you're just looking for the bad.
I'm a socialist. Are you kidding me? You have a choice between two capitalist parties.
Yeah,
that's it. Right? You have a choice between far right and right.
Well, do you think that's the only choice that hold on, I'll tell you what. Let me run with that for a minute. So you think there's only left and right, right?
No, okay, no, and hold on. It's I got hungry when Petra showed a freaking cheeseburger, and I haven't eaten, so I gotta grab something to eat. Sorry,
man,
but I'll be back.
Man. Grab you something to eat.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Buddy, what's right and what's left?
I could say it several different ways. Right Republican, left Democrat, or
If conservatives are right and liberals are left.
Well, see, that's an interesting thing. Now, people like to label all of that, but it's not that cut and dry. And what people never want to talk about is the corruption that's really running this country anyway. It didn't make a fuck whether you were right or left. LaSurge has, when he says these things, I'm not talking about in the moment and right now this year. I'm saying since they fucking killed JFK, we haven't owned this. The people, America is set up on we the people. The people are supposed to own this country and elect people into office with their views and their policies. And that's the way it's supposed to work. Unfortunately, with all of the corruption that's taken place here for decades and decades now, it didn't make a shit whether you were right or left, man. The corruption is running the fucking country. It's called payoffs, special interest groups, lobbyists. America lacks foreign interest first. It's about selling something to someone under the table and lining their pockets, and they don't care what it's doing to America. They couldn't give a shit. That's what he doesn't, understand is he can talk all this textbook shit he wants to 24 hours a day, but it's not the reality of what exists here. So,
Buddy, I have another question. That Lyser says that United States is wasting trillions of dollars on its military, but and that's waste of money.
well,
But
you got to understand Lyserge's views on,
but but buddy, just wait. Um, every single country, almost every single country is boosting their mm, boosting their army, boosting their strength. Uh, but why shouldn't be United States should be restrained uh, to do so?
I'm sorry, Packy, say that one more time. You kind of broke up a little bit.
I said every single country on this world, almost every single country, they are enhancing and they are expanding their military. Why should United States, according to Lysert's uh, uh, idea, that why should United States should be restrained from doing so?
Well, that's an interesting concept, Packy. And then when all the problems happen in the world, the first fucking phone number they want to call is the United States to come help them. You understand?
Hmm.
The whole world wants to dial 1-800 United States help, help, help when they got a fucking problem.
What is it?
But then you got people like Lyserge that wants us to demilitarize.
Uh,
Okay. Now look, man, there's all kinds of dirty stuff that's gone on. And Hassam is in the room. Crystal said, hold on. He needs to unhide 7.
1-800 help help help. That
Well,
was good.
there's so many facets of these subjects, man, that it can go on forever and a day. But I just want everybody to understand I'm not right or left. I never have been. And I'll say this one more time. I said it in here before. I'll say it again. I never voted till this last year my entire life about the corruption because I was directly involved with the corruption. I knew all about it. So when I hear these things, man, it makes me kind of angry because, that's not, the fucking
And my
right.
creator said that you are getting angry because of the caffeine that makes you hyper.
No, it's the sugar. But no, I just got up, Packy. But anyway, man. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think it's because I haven't had enough caffeine and sugar yet. But no, man. I just want everybody to understand that I've never been right or left. I'm for the truth. I always have been since the day I was born. And when they lay me down, whether it's in a fucking inferno or they lay me down in a pine bar.
Show me you believe it.
Hey, Petra. Can she hear the hangout?
No, I think she cannot
Looks
hear
like
us.
she's got headphones on.
She
But,
cannot hear us. She's listening to something.
Yeah. But anyway, man, these man, these stories go on forever. I mean, the corruption is everywhere.
Uh,
Their own views, their own ideas. Okay, let's just stick to one subject at a time. I believe in peace through strength, the exact logo that was used this year. I've always believed in it. I've always seen it work my entire life. In reality, in my life, I've seen it work. So it's kind of like
Strength
this.
creates deterrence.
King Kong comes up, and you're going to sit there and look at King Kong, and you're going to go, I don't believe in violence. He's going to take his 2 fingers and smash your fucking head together and say, get out of my way. Squish, bye. I believe in peace through strength. and hopefully you don't have to use the strength is the thing. And when you got a country like the United States and everybody's always wanting us to help international issues all the way down to war, you know, then it's kind of a lame statement to say you want to demilitarize a country that's actually probably the biggest player on earth all the way down to the UN, the United Nations. It's part of the United Nations, basically. So why would you want to demilitarize the people that are supposed to help the freaking...
That's actually the purpose of the United Nations.
They're supposed to negotiate and stop. That is correct. However...
No, I mean de-weaponization. Okay, a lot of people don't know that.
Well, they do have a division to do that. Hey, but Serge, let's go back to what I heard when I first sat down. Posed to someone, what a never cease. And you know what? I'm even going to go this far. I despise Hillary Clinton and the Clintons so bad from what I personally know and who they really are. I don't care if you tell me they did something good or not. I don't want to hear it because they've done so much bad that that's just the way it is. And if you have the same viewpoint of Trump, or if he saves the world tomorrow, you're still going to find one negative thing to say about him. And that's just the way it is.
He's a climate change denier.
You know what happened? I hate the climate change.
Okay,
well, hold on, man. See, we keep jumping around to about 50 different subjects. Now we're on climate change. I can't even get the first subject out of the way. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I don't believe in the climate change bullshit either. And if you study,
that's because you've been indoctrinated so much with fake news.
Why don't you study Al Gore and then come back and talk to me a little bit?
Well, I've seen An Inconvenient Truth. You know, I know Al Gore. Okay, you know, the whole thing about Al Gore created the internet. I know why that is, right? Because he was the one who pushed, to sign, right? It was, you know, the budget for the...
Well, hold on. Take the climate change, though. Do you know his involvement on the climate change?
Well, I know, you know, he put out the movie, An Inconvenient Truth. Okay, you're going to talk about all this carbon, you know, carbon credits and shit.
The biggest fucking scam artist that's ever fucking been here in the goddamn United States.
Dude, how much Fox do you watch?
It ain't got nothing to do with Fox. I don't watch TV, dude.
Yeah, it does. You do. You watch Fox a lot, don't you?
Gore from helping sign in NAFTA. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, look, you're the one who's not answering.
It's kind of like this. If you want to talk,
why are you not denying it?
If you want to, hey, hold on a minute. If you want to talk music, let's talk music. If you want to talk reality and have a serious, honest debate without the bullshit, then let's have one. Spewing off this rhetoric, talk to somebody else.
What? So, what are you going to deny that you're a Fox viewer?
Don't watch. No, I watch Fox on stream on my computer and stuff sometimes.
Oh yeah, you've been watching.
But that's not where I. Yeah, but see, now you're trying to make another blanket. Hold on, LaSurge, and let me explain what you're doing and what I don't like about it. Blanket statement, because I watch Fox News, I don't have a fucking clue about what I'm talking about, right?
Well, no, it's that you think you have a clue.
Do I have to tell you that my decisions that I make come from real life and the truth?
Like Sage admits that he talks nonsense, don't you, mate? Absolute nonsense.
I really don't give a shit what's in the media, LaSurge. I learned back in my fucking teens that the media is only going to report, and hell, nowadays it's even worse. They just spin stories and they just want ratings. It ain't even about what.
Oh yeah, Fox was the first to really push it on that. They know their audience.
Schmocks, pox. I don't give a fuck what they're labeled. They're all,
They got you guys wound right the fuck up.
There you go. Another blanket statement. You guys. Now, why did you put me in the right-winger category when I've already fucking told you I'm not?
You are, because you're a Fox viewer.
Well, you know what? Talk to somebody else. I've already tried to honestly tell you who I am and where I get my information. and how I make my decisions. If you want to keep labeling me, talk to somebody else.
Well, where was I wrong? Where was I wrong at all?
Somebody needs to unhide Tudor. Somebody needs to unhide Tudor.
You're a climate change denier too, right? Where do you think you picked that up from? Well, that's all the fog, right?
Tudor. Shut your fucking mouth a minute. Okay, there you go. Is Seven unhidden too? I can't tell with his avatar. Just talk to somebody else, man. I'm tired of you blanket statement bullshit.
Oh, blanket fucking statement bullshit. What the fuck, Like, that's a nice, safe place.
Sandwich and talk to somebody else. I can't have a real conversation with you because you're such a fucking dickhead.
Oh, is that so? For pegging you as a Fox viewer?
Pegging?
Pissed you off, did it?
No, I'll tell you what. Yeah. I pegged you earlier as a closet faggot. About that?
Well, it's not true, okay, and that's like total ad hom. And I'm just talking about your watch on TV.
How do we know it's not true? You go in the closet and jack off all the time. How do we know it's not true?
Well, you're just going total personal attack because you're triggered.
You fucking right, because I've asked you if you want to have a real conversation about real issues. Make it statements to me because you know what makes me angry. My whole life, hey, you dumb fuck. My whole life has fucking been about fighting those things that you are now calling me. So shut your fucking mouth if you don't know who I am and where I've been and what I know. Okay? Don't fucking label me as a fucking media nut like yourself. That's not where I get my information from. I don't know how many fucking times I got to tell your ass that shit.
Well, I hope you won't get upset if I don't believe you.
Well, okay, now you're talking. Now I can have a conversation with you. But if you keep labeling me LaSurge, then how can we possibly have an honest conversation?
Yeah, but we have to label. Like me, I am a socialist. I'm far left wing, and I am a socialist.
Well, you can label I don't have a problem with you labeling things in general, but when you label me personally, when it's so anti-me, you just, you can't label it.
You're the one who takes great offense to it and all that. And
no, here's what I'm saying while you're eating your sandwich. Here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is I know there corruption exists. Blanket statements about corruption and
corruption on both sides huge in the U.S.
Yeah, well, I already know it's
with Trump.
Let me fix
so far as we can tell. Okay,
here
Trump,
we go.
Trump
talk to somebody else. See, you just keep. I tell you what, at least swallow your fucking food, man. Okay.
Well, I'm basically done. I'm licking my fingers here. Trump basically usurped the Republican Party, okay, by being more right-wing than they are, right, generally. And I think the reason being is because the Republicans have been out of power so long that they kind of recognized that they needed to shift left, right? And that influenced like all the people that he beat in the Republican primaries because he was like, well, he's first of all, he didn't even play by the rules of the game.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to prove you wrong again. You say I'm a right winger, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who I thought was one of the? Do you know who I thought was one of the best presidents we ever had because he actually did real things while he was in office?
JFK.
JFK, and he was a fucking Democrat. So don't call me a fucking right winger, dude. You're so wrong, man.
No, you don't understand. Okay. You don't. Both of your parties are right wing, right? Like,
hey, Serge, if I study your life and I study my life as a third party, I can promise you that I would probably listen to me over you because of where I've been and what I've been involved in, and that's all I'm going to tell you, man.
Well, okay, hey, it just came out today, okay, the happiness report, okay, evaluating ranking nations according to how happy their people are.
Jesus.
You can quantify happiness on a report now?
Who is at the top? The same nation that's at the top of the Human Development Index.
Go ahead, Serge. I'm gonna fix me a drink. I'll be right back.
Sure.
JJ, I posted a link on a Hangout chat. Let's have a game. Do you want to have a game?
Yeah, are you talking to me, Hassan?
Yeah. I'm talking to you. You're the only one I play chess with here.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Peter says that all the time when he's looking in the mirror.
Is it in the? You said it's in the. I wasn't sorry. I wasn't able to hear you. Did you say it's in the Hangout chat?
Hangout chat. Yeah, Hangout chat.
Yeah. Okay. Just a second. My Hangouts has been acting up lately, so it might disconnect me.
Duty, you sound different.
Different how?
I don't know. Your voice is like more feminine.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I knew you were going to say feminine.
Huh. That's weird.
Like low pitch, like hello, huh? And before it was yes, it's Peggy. Yes, tell me, Peggy.
Do you think, Packy? Do you think he's coming? Is he going to come out of the closet soon?
No.
Really, the surge. You of all people are gonna try and go there.
No, Turi's a man of religion. Turi's an actual practicing Christian, unlike Armando. Turi's a real Christian.
I sing a song, so I'm gonna sing one now. While I said, "Shut the fuck up," and you, Packy.
Like I say, it could also be the speaker, because you know my Hangouts has been acting up lately.
Yeah, the voice synthesizer isn't working.
Hey Petra, did you just ask me to shut the fuck up?
I did, yeah.
Well, at least she asked.
What are you gonna do about it? Tell you. Show me address. 2 British on Terrace, Halfway Road. Come on.
I'm sorry, Petra, but I was trying to gain knowledge from trying to educate myself from.
You don't learn not from anyone else. You're just getting their ideas of what their perception is. Make your own up. Stop giving everyone the creator, my Lord. You're the Lord. You're the creator. Stop standing up, thinking for yourself.
That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy. I cannot be a creator of myself.
Illuminati, open your body. This blows like a 12 God story. Feel me.
Yeah.
And God said he should send his one begotten son to lead the wild into the ways of the man. Follow me. Eat my flesh, flesh of my flesh.
Are you talking about Jesus now? What is going on?
Come with me. Hail Mary.
Gay Christians.
What do you have here now?
I can't talk while she's talking at the same time.
Hang a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. Keep your paragraphs unloaded, wise words being quoted. Keep the weakness in the rap game and so they bow down. Pray to God, hoping that he's listening.
Turi,
for me to my diamonds when they listen.
Do you think I will burn in hell?
Hey, can somebody mute her, or I can't talk with her talking like that.
Yeah.
Enemies.
Turi, do you think I'm gonna burn in hell just because I believe in Jesus, but I do not recognize him as God?
No, actually, I think there's a lot of professing Christians that don't accept or acknowledge that Jesus is God, or they just don't believe that.
So as per Christian belief, as per Christian principles, I'm supposed to go to heaven. I will go to heaven, no? Even though I do.
Someone's asked me to sing now. Shut up. I'll start again.
Even though I do not believe that Jesus is God, I just believe that Jesus is the Savior.
What happened?
And I think the central thing about Christian.
Hail Mary, the main thing about it. What do we have here now?
Petra comes on, and he wanted to talk with Packy. He wanted to talk 7.
pussy.
There's a lot of other people here.
Paragraph loaded. Why was being quoted? Keep the weakness in the rap game, and so did bow down. Pray to God, hoping that
Can you
he's
close that?
See niggas
Okay.
come from my diamonds when he's listening. Now pay attention, rest in peace, Father. I'm a ghost in these fields. Hail Mary, catch me if I go. Let's go deep inside.
What is she?
The solitary
Petra.
mind of a madman who screams in the dark. Evil looks, enemies, see me flee. Activate my hate, let me break into the flame. Set trip, empty out my clip. Never stop to aim. Some say the game is all corrupted. Fucking this shit. Stop niggas if lucky if we bust out the shit. Plus, Mama told me never to stop until I busted out. Fuck the world if you can, and just as well. Hail Mary. Hail Mary, nigga, one quick see. What do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? La 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 la.
That's very nice,
Hail
Petra.
Mary, nigga, one quick see. What do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? La 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 la. Penitentiaries is packed with promise makers. Never realized the precious time the bitch niggas is wasting. Introducing lies, I live the life pocket to crumble. But too hardened for a smile, we're too crazy to be humble. We ballin', catch me, Father, please, cause I'm falling. In the liquor store, that's the Hennessy, I hear you calling. Can I get some more? Hail to the reach hell, I ain't scared. Mama checking in my bedroom, I ain't there. I got a head with no screws in it. What can I do? One life to live, but I got nothing to lose. Just me and you on a one-way trip to prison, selling drugs. We all wrapped up in a living life as thugs. To my homeboys in Clinton Max doing their bid, raise hell to the real shit and feel this. When they turn on the lights out, I'll be down in the dark, plugging a tunnel through my heart. Now, Hail Mary, nigga, run quick me. Hail Mary, nigga, run quick, see. What do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? La da 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 da, come with me. Hail Mary, nigga, one quick see. What do we have here now? Do you want to ride or die? La da 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 da. We got an APB out of my thug family. Since the outlaws run these streets like these scandalous freaks. Our enemies dying now, walk around half dead. Head down, Cape blasted off Hennessy and tight. Try mixing it. Now I'm twisted, blistered, and high. Visions of me, thug living, getting me by. Forever life, and I multiply, survived by thugs. When I die, they won't cry unless they come on whistle. Keep the whole scene and whatever's going on around me. Brain trying to cloudy, smoked out, feeling rowdy. Ready to wet the party up, and whoever in that motherfucker. Nasty in the street slugger, my hate seek suckers. On regular mashing, getting a stolen black AC, integrate, cock black, 60 seconds to the draw, that's why I'm dead in ya. Feel fish, got a nice back what my heart's worth. From a thug to preaching church, I give you love, now eating dirt. Needing work, and I end the nigga to put you on. Cause word is bond, when I was broke, I had to hustle till dawn. That's when the sun came up, there's only one way up. Hold your head and stay up, to all my niggas, you're playing way up. If it's on, then we break beats fast. Outlaws on a paper chase. Can you relate to the shit I don't got? To the shit I gotta take. Dealing with fate, hoping God don't close the gate. If it's on, then it's on. We break beats. Outlaws on paper chase. Can you relate to the shit I don't got? Be the shit I gotta take. Dealing with fate, hoping God don't close the gate. That was hard. I'm sorry for sniping Pakistani, but you can't mute me, and that's rude. That. 1 minute he likes me, then he doesn't. I don't trust him. Neither would Jose.
Petra, it's actually very rude to interrupt people in the middle of their conversation to sing.
Too by Crystal, so I don't know. I need to log back in again.
That long, like, and Tudor just got here, and what the heck were you talking about at the time?
I know. I just find it odd that you choose to sing as soon as we're carrying on a conversation. I mean, I don't have a problem with you singing, but I think that was rude, really.
Yeah, she said someone asked, and I don't know if that's entirely true. Like, Petra. Anyway, what were you saying there? Right? There's Packy's gone.
Can someone put him back in? Because
yeah,
I don't think that was right.
But I'm unable to join the call. He's not able to join the call. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh. See, that really sucks. That makes it even worse.
Yeah, I don't think that was right.
Unable to join. Oh, Petra, do you have him blocked? Petra. Petra, you and I, we've been on all day, and it was the two of us hanging out, and now more people have showed up, and
She's gone now.
yeah, Packy can be extremely annoying and irritating at times, but he wasn't being a bad person there.
I'm saying we could be adults here. Come on.
I hope so. I don't know. Wow, look at my fan club. I have the best fans in the world. Like, look at here's one of my fan club members. Quote. This is from David Apache, right? Who says, "LeSurge, tell your life story. I want to kill myself." My adoring fans, eh? Like, they say the the sweetest things.
It's rude to mute people, and he does that all the time. He's like, Commando, he mutes me, so he deserves to get kicked out because he's a fake fucker.
Yeah, but interrupting people like that in the
No, it was me. I got told to. You were arguing, so I got told to break up and sing. I was asked.
I think he was just asking a question.
Shut up, and he kept muting me, so he deserves it.
I think what was going on, Tudor, I'm not sure, and I usually don't like to get into these things too much. I think she saw us arguing and wanted to break the monotony for a minute or whatever. But anyway. Hey, somebody needs to unhide Packy.
Let's just be cool, man. Like, we don't need to be sniping. I mean, I know I want to talk.
Excuse me, lady. Excuse me, lady. You're not allowed to misuse the powers my Lord gave you.
Mute me, then, you freak.
You're not allowed. You were interrupting. I was having a serious conversation with Tudor. You just jumped in.
Guys,
that's bad timing.
Packy and Petra, chill. You guys can make up.
Yeah, you can fight it out another time. I don't know where Tudor was. What the heck you were saying there?
No, I think Packy was asking me like a pretty.
Lady, shame on you, lady.
Okay,
shame on you.
Anyway, I enjoyed that, Petra. That was nice, Petra. Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I was asking Tudor about gay Christians.
Shame on you, lady.
I heard you bring that up, and then I heard Packy say something about.
Shame on you, lady.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Okay, I have not met a gay Christian who is not like really messed up.
Man,
you want to know who a gay Christian was? Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was a gay Christian.
Dahmer was a killer, dude. Like.
Shame on you.
Jeffrey Dahmer
shame on your family and everyone else in Pakistani. On all your houses, a plague.
Oh my God.
Ooh,
wow. That's on you for using.
I plague you. I do a spell and plague you.
For misusing those powers.
Yeah, it's not good. I hope I will use my own decursing powers to mitigate some of the damage for you there, Packy. So, when the plague hits, it's not going to be like smallpox. It'll be something like, just a flu or something, I think.
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah, you can handle it.
No.
I think you can take it.
But this woman has no empathy. She has no conscience.
Because you far from it.
She has an abundance, I think.
Oh, Tudor.
And she's so cold.
Maybe because you don't bother knowing me, because every time I speak, you don't listen because I'm a girl, but you listen to your creator and your Lord and all that. You suck up to the guys, and with me, you ignore me and fucking mute me, you cunt.
Wow.
I don't even have a gun. I don't even have a gun. I have a small dick.
If you do like pussy, then you're bad then, because you look funny.
I have a penis. It's small, but still it's a penis.
Okay.
Jealous.
Oh yeah,
woman.
jealous. Yeah, I'm really jealous. Yeah.
Jealous woman.
Yeah.
I was talking to Turi, and it was a serious question.
It's boring. Every time you talk, it's fucking boring.
My Lord said, Packy, why cannot you? Hey, Packy, why can't you? Hey, Bucky, we're going to be serious. I said, okay, my lord, from now on, and I was having a serious conversation with Research, and then he felt hungry, and he left for the sandwich. The, then Tootie came in. I thought, okay, I'm going to have a serious conversation with Tootie. And Petra, shame on you for ejecting me.
You kept muting me. That's the same thing, Paki. I feel out of control when you mute me. All I was doing is trying to sing songs.
Why
Stop
I cannot
talking
mute
to me, you
you?
fucking dirty Paki
Are
cutty
you
bastard.
are you Armando's mother? Are you Armando's wife? Are you
Okay,
Armando's
okay.
daughter?
What the hell has this chat become? Like, really?
Getting a bit loud, right? Um,
Seriously,
yeah.
these things become-
Anyway, Tudor, man, I
Dahmer.
think your voice is the same, but you got a different microphone and everything, right?
Yeah, it's because it's on my phone, dude, and lately the phone's been acting up. Like, I don't know why.
Oh,
Like, I'm hearing static right now. Like,
yeah, that's coming through. That was the mothership trying to contact you, wasn't it? It is.
quite possibly. Maybe they want to take me back. They're like, you know what? You've been in this shithole way too long.
Yeah. It's your rescue party coming there, trying to contact you.
Hmm.
You know, you're gonna get like tons of medals, and it's like 5-star promotion.
Medals.
Like how many years you've served right since birth on this planet? Like huge
and
rewards.
I don't do it for me. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. It's in the interest of.
It's for
I don't
you.
know.
It's for you people. Hmm.
So, like I
Your
say,
turn,
Jeffrey
dude. It's
Dahmer.
your turn. Come on, play.
Jeffrey Dahmer's parents were both extreme Christian fundamentalists.
And that didn't really that didn't do a whole lot for Jeffrey, did it?
Well, that's the thing. Okay, the guy's messed up, right? His dad, okay, as like an extreme far right wing Christian, would have certain views towards certain things and stuff, and what ended up happening with Jeffrey Dahmer, like he was one of those twisted kids who liked to hurt animals and stuff, right? Same thing happened with John Wayne Gacy, right? Or Gracie, right? His dad was like this extreme right wing authoritarian dude, and abused the heck out of him growing up, right, psychologically, and it ends up twisting people.
I mean that may have had something to do with it, but I mean I'm wholeheartedly believe that people, no matter what their upbringing or their experiences, like they are still responsible for their own decisions, and I don't think it's okay to pawn it off on any particular ideology or upbringing. I think a lot of that may have, it's sort of like the nature nurture thing, like whatever was there was already dormant, like it just had it, like.
Yeah, well, that's true, but it can still be managed, okay? And the nature nurture thing is well understood, and it's 80% nurture and 20% nature, right? And that's one of the most important facts for people to know, because of that's the influence of environment on the developing personality, right? So nature, yeah, there's predispositions, okay, from our genetics and everything, okay, and even furthermore, okay, there's like like a reciprocating relationship between that, okay, where in the environment even influences genetics, okay, so the nurture side does affect the nature side.
Yeah, like I said, they're interconnected, but I don't think it's okay to just say, oh well, his parents were brought him up this way, so that's why he turned out to be a fucking psycho.
Okay, well then, look, you want another example? How about Ed Gein, right? The guy who,
I mean, dude, you could think of as many examples as you want to, but it's not.
yeah,
I mean,
there's a commonality between all of those, and it's right-wing Christian conservative, like Christian fundamentalist parents.
that
Like
is that's a huge stretch, man.
No, it's not a stretch at all. It's exactly how it is. His mom, would, there's I think in the movie Waterboy, right, with Adam Sandler, right, where his mom is one of those, Puritanesque type Christian fundamentalists, right? This is like, And the things that she said, is, you stay away from women. Women are the devil, right? And all that. That got drilled into, when his dad wasn't around or what. He was raised by his mom, who was this like extreme religious wingnut, like extremely pure.
And a lot of that has to do with lack of a father figure, man. Like, I mean, there's a lot of variables to take into consideration. I think to blame it on, like, I mean,
Oh, come
fundamental
on!
Christian
Look at even in South Park. Okay, Eric Cartman, right? The
South Park.
single mother, right? And she's not like it's a little bit different, but these things, there's like commonalities there.
And what about the other people that are religions?
Well, there's
Yeah.
a whole wide spectrum and scope, and I'm generally talking about extreme Puritan-esque Christian fundamentalism,
Yeah, but I mean,
which
even
ties in
that
with like
stuff is
Victorian.
like, I'd say that's more like religionism than like actual biblical Christianity. I think most people just don't understand what it really means. Like, um, because I mean, nowhere in the Bible does it say like, like half the shit that people come up with. Like, I don't even know where they come up with the stuff. Like,
All right, well, I'm just saying, it is true about Jeffrey Dahmer's parents. Okay, and I don't know, I don't know how much you know about it, but look into it. Okay, I'm not making this up.
no, I
His
don't. I
his
don't say
parents
you're
were
making
both
it up. I'm
Christian
just saying
fundamentalists.
um, like I could be raised fucking however the fuck, and it doesn't mean that I'm gonna make those same kind of choices. Like,
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just pointing out these correlations. And yeah, it's not exclusive to religion necessarily. Okay, but it's undeniable that there's a profound religious influence, right? Like,
dude, I think the problem is just people are really fucked up, man. Like, we've gone over this before. I mean, I don't
well, and
think
I
it's.
think one of the things that's fucking the people up is religion.
I
Research. To tell me about the ratio between the religious, like being extremely religious and being gay. Do you know like the
Well, I
ratio? Do you know the exact like numbers? I think there are a lot of extreme religious people that do not turn gay, and a lot of other people that turn gay.
that's a that do not turn gay.
Yeah, well, the whole,
So how should I
it's
put
the,
it, dude? How should I
other
put
way to
it?
put it too is turning gay, right? But yeah, I don't know. It's all complicated.
Exactly, exactly. My point exactly. To blame it on any one ideology or religion or anything like that, I think it's a bit biased, really, because people are gonna. You can take two people from the exact same upbringing and they would turn out completely different. Like,
That's the thing is the conflict. Okay, the conflict of being a gay Christian, right? Or even worse. Okay, imagine the conflict of being a gay Muslim.
okay, okay, let's just say that is funny. I'm not laughing at that. It's just like the way it sounds like. But no. Um, Look, man,
It's
the
so
Bible.
funny, believe me.
No, I know that
Yeah.
people want to single out like certain sins above others. But I mean, biblically speaking, it's pretty clear that all sins are still sin, man. Like if someone's gay, I should say if they're having like it's I think there's a difference, and I think God knows the difference. It's like between like certain dispositions or propensities towards certain sins and actually acting them out. Like,
Yeah. See, you can using the word sin. Okay, like
well, we're talking about
sin
the Bible here. Like, I
exclusively a
mean,
religious word. Yeah, well, fair enough. Okay, but I'm just pointing out some of the things that you say and the way that you speak and think and all that, right? Like,
well, I
how
mean, we're
often
talking
God
within a
uses the word
biblical
sin,
world, frame here. Like,
right?
so yeah, I say
Yeah, but
sin.
sin is exclusive to religion. there's wrongs, there's crimes, there's like I say it's wrong to do this or but the notion that I sin or have ever sinned, okay, or anything like it's you cannot extricate the word sin from religious connotations.
No,
It's not
it's a
possible.
biblical concept, but I mean, we could say,
Yeah.
ethically speaking, we could say wrongdoings or whatever you want to say. Like, there's right things and there's wrong things.
Yeah, I know, but you exclusively use the word sin. Okay, a lot of these words and
Because we were
concepts are
speaking within a
exclusive to religion.
biblical frame of reference there. That's why I use a biblical rhetoric, like because we're talking about the Bible. You want to bring the Bible into it, like.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about where we left off the other day, right? Because and I do this. I always see as people think I'm weird because it's like I remember, conversations and I remember what you were saying, okay, where we got into certain concepts and stuff, okay, these constructs like heaven, okay, where I was saying that as a Christian, okay, and you're well read and well versed in the Bible, okay, where you have an answer for everything, okay.
No,
Now the
I
thing
wouldn't say that. I don't, because the Bible, it even says that there's certain mysteries that are possibly never revealed. I mean, it doesn't mean I have all the answers or that I'm some kind of perfect quote unquote
Listeners,
Christian.
I asked the same fucking question. You said that I'm coming to this idea that I have no questions and I'm stopping questioning, right? Do you remember that conversation we had? It was me, Joe, and you.
Joe,
How is that possible? Like, how is it possible that word coming out of your mouth? I don't realize. I don't understand.
I don't remember exactly like that, okay, but what I'm talking about is these answers, okay, that religious people will come up with, okay, because they learn it from the Bible and they're exclusively religious concepts, right?
Right. I
They're
mean, we're speaking
Because they
within a
have something
biblical
called.
frame of reference, then obviously the answers are going to be
yeah, but
biblical.
see, that's the thing. Okay, you say biblical frame of reference, okay, as if like that's separate from like reality.
No,
Okay,
it's
it's
not separate from reality.
biblical is like
No,
inclusive within it.
they
Okay,
have
it's
an
like a
absolute
substack.
morality. They have an absolute morality. That's where it comes from.
It's an objective view of morality from God's perspective.
Hey,
I
buddy,
mean,
I'm
that's
gonna go listen to your songs.
sorry
Okay,
we didn't get a
Packy.
chance to talk about that, Packy. I'm sorry you got muted and kicked or whatever happened.
It's okay. It's okay.
Packy's
Lyserge is
definitely
more
going to heaven.
interested in becoming a Christian, so good luck.
I,
Every single day, God is doing improvements to the Packy section just for him. That's reserved in heaven, and it's constantly being upgraded and improved.
did you say God is constantly doing? I'm sorry, somebody just drove by without a muffler. I'm like,
Yeah, no, for it's specifically for Packy. Like, not only is he going to heaven, right? Of course, he's got very high special recognition and ranking. He might be
Lyserge,
made
stop
into
mocking hell and heaven. There is hell and there is heaven. That's so obvious.
there's hell.
If
Really?
there wasn't hell and heaven, why would God create this world?
Well, see, oh my God. Oh boy, those all three of those are exclusively religious concepts, which only exist in your mind.
If there was, if you also, you are also a believer of God. I proved that the other night. You believe
okay.
that the whole universe is a creation of itself. So it means that you are recognizing universe as the creator,
No,
and
I just recognize it for what it is. The universe
and
is the universe.
I believe that God created the universe. So
Yeah.
They're totally different, dude. They're totally
the
different.
refuser, the denying that there is no God does not exist. Either you're gonna believe that this universe
Okay.
is the
Okay. Here's an
creator,
idea.
or there's another a creator. Simple as that.
Here's an idea for you to think about, Packy. Okay, what if God turned himself into the universe?
Why would
That would
God
be
turn himself into the universe? God is God.
What do you mean? Why? What if he did? Why wouldn't he? Isn't that's I'm
Hey,
just
That would be
asking.
buddy.
more
Hey,
actually
buddy.
what?
Pakistani, I'm gonna tell you something. Have you ever thought that about like the whole universe being, as something like infinite living mind? Have you ever thought about it?
They call that pantheism. Essentially, the self-existent universe.
Hey, Parvat Irani.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying
Hey,
it's.
Parvat Irani. Listen, Parvat Irani. God exists. That's a fact. Simple as that.
Oh, okay. Pervert Irani, listen.
No, it's a fact, is it?
Hey, don't call him a
I'm not
pervert.
gonna.
This
Huh?
Pervert Irani, one of our viewers, because I don't know him.
Packy, how are you going to prove to everyone that God is
How?
a fact?
Okay, you prove me that there's no God.
I don't have to. Burden of
Why?
proof lies with you.
You're the
You're making
smart man. You have
well
a degree
because it
from the YouTube university. You prove me
right
that
was
there is no God.
yeah, Packy. Okay, see, you
YouTube
have to
University.
understand Russell's teapot.
YouTube Irani, that was funny.
Okay, this is
YouTube.
about logic, right?
Hey man,
Russell's teapot.
where do you get your degree when you graduate from the YouTube University? That's what I
Yeah,
want to know. Where the fuck
there's
you get
something
that
called
motherfucker at?
the standard YouTube license. I think one of
Oh,
those
okay.
Hmm.
that will work.
Buddy, this is simple. Lyser is way smarter than me. He's way more educated.
No,
He's
no.
way more privileged, well traveled, well experienced. Everything he's above me. Why
No.
cannot he prove that there is no God? And it's simple logic.
Yeah, he's gonna say that the burden of proving that God does not exist is on you somehow because even though he's positing the non-existence of God as a logical positive, he says it's your job to
No,
prove.
no. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'm not positing God as a
Well, actually,
logical
you're an
part.
agnostic. I think we actually came to we actually ran the course of the conversation. I think you basically essentially told me you weren't closed to the possibility of a God. You're just saying that it's not provable, which I would agree with you.
There's something wrong with me.
Well, it doesn't make sense, right? And if
Well,
it's
I
not
mean, you can say yeah, but you never discounted it as a possibility definitively.
well,
Which
that's because that's how logic works. You can't. All we can do
which
is
makes you which by
base our
definition
judgment.
would really make you an agnostic.
No, no, no. See, atheists. Okay, when atheists buy the billboards, okay, on like buses and stuff, okay, the slogan they put is "There probably isn't a God." Okay, they don't make that definitive statement to assert that there is not a God,
Actually, there are many
right?
atheists that say definitively that there is no God. God is dead. Blah blah blah. You've seen it. I've seen it. Like
Well, see, we yeah, but we cannot know what is beyond the limits of knowledge, right? So
correct. That's
far
my
as we know,
right.
yeah, okay, yeah, but that's moot, right? What's the point in talking about, because there's like infinite possibilities, okay? Who
Right.
says that?
But
Okay,
all I'm
that's just
saying,
like
the
saying,
reason
yeah,
why
well,
it's
how do you know that there's not fucking, 6 billion pink leprechauns,
right, but that's not the
okay,
point. The
and
point,
not
the
God, and it was
the
actually
point.
6 billion pink leprechauns that got together and they have magic, it's like frosted lucky flamingos. Here
Right,
comes the
but the
universe.
point here, right, but to say that my only point here is that you cannot definitively say that there is no God, just like Packy cannot prove that there is a God. It's like
Yeah,
you can
but
you can
that's the
either
thing.
believe or you can conjecture that there's no God, but neither one can prove that there is or is no God. Like
No, 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 no. The conjecture that you say conjecture that there is no God. Okay, now the thing is there is zero evidence to suggest that there is.
except for the fact that everything exists and it had to come from
No,
something. Of
no, that's
course,
not true because everything is only evidence of itself. Okay, nothing
Well,
beyond
that
that.
that all depends
I'm
on how
saying,
you look at the
well, then it
relative
depends on what you're
information.
calling God. Then I mean, like I say, a pantheistic view of God would be a self-existent universe which contains, you know,
Yeah, but how can you let's hear your description of God. What is God? Describe in any way. Good luck.
well, I mean, there's so many ways to describe him, and there's so many ways we couldn't possibly describe him. I mean,
Well,
if you're
let's
gonna
hear the
ask me,
ones that
okay, what I would consider God, even from a secular perspective, I'm not even gonna come at it from a
Hey,
biblical.
Tudor, can I interrupt and say one thing?
Go for it.
He made a statement a little while ago that, well, why doesn't, or something to the extent of, why doesn't God just turn himself into the universe? what the hell is he talking about? God made the fucking universe.
Right. He doesn't become the creator, doesn't become the creation. Like that's
Why not?
Why not?
Why
Well,
not?
actually in the case of Jesus, he sort of did, but that's that's not
That's
what we're talking
Well,
about
you know,
here.
right.
have you not heard religious people say that God exists in every one of us?
Say that again? You broke up.
Have you not heard religious people saying that God exists inside every one of us?
Yes, I've heard people say this, and again, you could say, you could call that religious or spiritual or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, those words are used so liberally these days. I mean, it's kind of like the word love. Like, do we even know what the shit
Now,
means anymore?
how do you know that? Sorry, how do you know that the universe isn't like a part of God? Okay, where
Well, I would
like
argue.
can
I would
look at
argue
God.
that it is, since he made it. It can't exist apart from him, since
Well,
he
since
since he
see,
created it.
see, that's a you even okay. You say since he made it. Okay, now you're referring to him in a masculine sense. Okay, now does that not show you, okay, about the whole patriarchal past of history and the dominance and anthropocentric view of man?
Well, okay, well, what would you call him?
Okay, we could, for a lack of a better
It
term, you could just,
exactly.
dude, I'll call it whatever you want. We could just call it creator or sentience or
Yeah,
whatever.
well, you did use he, right? And that's what it says in the Bible. It always says in the Bible, it refers to God in a masculine sense.
Right. It says in the
Right?
beginning, we made man in our image. He was referring to himself in the plural in that sense. Like,
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily true because
you could
apparently
check it, dude.
Adam
It's
comes
called
before
Genesis.
Eve,
Like, you,
right? Well, hold on now. Is Eve also made in? How is it that
Eve is
God
made.
that
Eve is
man can be made both genders in the representing God in the form of God? That doesn't make sense, right? So it only makes sense to think that God, as in the masculine sense, like you said, which is riddled through the Bible, okay, representing God as a male, and that it's like I say, it's the patriarchal, and technically, if you get into the history of sexual reproduction, okay, and DNA, I'm pretty sure femininity is earlier than masculinity in the development of life, right? This is complicated stuff, but you study on that, and I'm pretty sure that's how it works out.
yeah, and I'm fairly certain that even if that's what they say, that would simply be unknowable. But,
Well, I don't think if it happened, it's knowable.
no, see, there's tons of things happening right now that we are not able to know about. Like, it's kind of like saying that we know everything there is to know. Otherwise, science would be fucking dead, and we would just have knowledge of everything. Like, that's not what's going on here.
Well, we're
So
getting
no, I
there.
mean, sure, we know a lot. It's
Yeah.
amazing how much we do know, but it's also the more we know, the more we realize we do not know.
Oh, that's I think that's reaching a point too of diminishing return.
Well, it's just a fact. The more we discover about the universe and reality, the more we start to realize that the less we know about what's actually happening. Like, it's
I see. I'm gonna have to disagree. Okay, because eventually, okay, we will have basically figured everything out, right? And that's what we're heading towards. So, the more we get to having figured everything out, the less there is remaining, right? And I think we're close. We're really close. Uh-oh. Did I fuck people's minds up again?
Now he loses signal sometimes with Serge.
Okay.
There he is. He's back. He needs to be unhidden.
doesn't seem to work like it does on the laptop. So it's gonna happen from time to time. It's probably why the voice sounds different too. Because I'm getting static on my end, even though I'm pretty sure everyone can hear me.
Why the thing is, okay, is Tudor, you're an interesting person because you are like extremely Christianized, right?
Christianized. Okay.
Oh, there's no question, right? You're like, and forgive the
Yeah, like I
expression,
believe the Bible for sure. Like I
banger, right?
Is that like pasteurized? Do we keep him in the refrigerator or where?
I think I'm being preserved.
Yeah.
No, I mean
No, but I know what he's
indoctrinated.
saying. He's saying I have a very
Self,
Christian paradigm, like a extremely
Yeah.
biblical one.
well, of
Well, yeah,
course,
you come
exactly.
across very
100%.
Christian.
That's what's it's if I getting into specifics, like what I imagine is tutor, okay, as a good little boy, right, and wants to impress the parents and has the little Bible and probably spent a lot of time in his room sitting reading that Bible as a
I
little boy.
wish. I wish that was actually the case. Actually, no, I rejected Christianity. I rejected church. I rejected religion. Um, Really, for a while, I just kind of disregarded the entire thing. Um, so no, I was raised around a lot of hypocrisy and a lot of judgmentalism and stuff that really basically just turned me off to the whole idea of Christianity. Um, so no, I actually had to through through my own study and experience had to come to the conclusion of do I believe this or not, and if so, why or why not? Like,
Yeah, exactly. And okay, that's where I was talking about with finding answers and stuff, right? Because right, you came from the approach where okay, you have belief in God, okay, and you got the interest in Christianity, so you wanted to have these answers, like because when I ask you questions, it's you already know and you've gone through it, right? Like you've had the questions yourself, okay, you've looked into it, okay, and researched which is the biblical explanation for it and stuff,
or the
right?
secular. I usually try and see both ends of the stick, like just to get a more well-rounded and basically be able to compare and contrast the ideas and
Yeah.
see
See,
whether I agree with them or not. Like,
I gotta
really,
say
when
it's
it
not.
comes down to it, it has to be can I agree with this or not, and if so, why, and if not, why? Like I
Yeah, but it's okay. The first, okay, I don't like the you saying both ends of the stick, right? It's like drawing, some sort of parallel or equation between, you know, normal
No,
and
we're talking
Christian.
about polar opposite paradigms. I want to understand each
No,
in
they're
order.
not. They're not polar opposites. That's okay. That's what's messed up. Like so many people, think like that and look at it this way, right? And uh, it's two different
When we're
sticks.
talking about secularism and biblical Christianity, I could safely say that those are very opposite of one another in most cases. Not in every case, obviously. I'm not saying that atheists or non people who don't believe in God are any worse than your average Christian. That's not the point here.
Hey, I'm not trying to interrupt you guys, but
No,
okay,
it's fine
never
if you do.
mind. He's back in. Never mind.
It's
On
fine
his
if you do
back.
anyway. See, the thing is, okay, like, Christian, okay, and Christian worldview and all that, okay, that's, like a subset of religious views. Now, religion, okay, is a subset of philosophy, right? And, philosophy is a subset of, all knowledge and science, right? So, as far as categorically, right, that's the thing. Okay, as an atheist, um, I'm like above and outside of your Christian worldview, right?
From your
So
perspective, you're above
you're
it.
trapped. You're trapped in it, by viewing the world through the Christianized lens. It was like historic and all that, and you'll say, you'll think it's arrogant and stuff. Okay, but I would
No,
stress to you and
I
explain this is
understand that
why we're
worldview.
called
I
free thinkers, right? We're not trapped in starting. It's an a priori, right? Like you're starting, okay, on accepting as a truth and understanding that there is a God and God created, because that's what it says and that's what a lot of people believe and stuff. Okay, now the thing is you've started from that foundation.
wrong.
Okay, so you have to fortify your worldview,
Right? No, that's wrong.
right?
You
What? Why did you were just saying about how you grabbed the Bible, okay, to look into it, okay, to come up with these explanations.
No, actually, that wasn't my
That's what I would
process at
call them.
all. The first thing I wanted to do was to rationalize to myself, why would God exist at all? Why does the existence of the universe necessitate a god or a creator or any sort of supreme being?
Hold on. See, that's going a step further. Even that question of
Or
why
is no
does God
the question
okay,
really
that's
being,
hold
is
on.
there a god or
Yeah,
is
but
there
that
not a god?
question, listen. Sorry, that question, okay, does not matter. It's inconsequential compared to a more important question, which is there a God? Right? That's the okay. Instead of asking why, okay, the question, the most
No, you're
more important question
misunderstanding me. That would
is
be the
there a
same
God?
question, like why would there be a need for a god, or is there a god, or what?
Well, listen, there's a difference between the question of why is there a God,
No, you're
okay,
not
because
understanding. You're
no,
misquoting me.
hold on. Okay, this is important. Where you are asking the question, why is there a
That's
God?
not the
Okay, now you
question.
cannot. Well, yes, it is.
No, you just again. I'll reiterate it
Are
for
you
you and
fucking
slow
kidding me?
down. I know instead of waiting to respond, you might want to listen. What I was saying was the question not why is there a God, but why isn't there a God, or why would there need to be a God? Whether there is a God or is not a God, I would like to understand both ends. Like, I'm not coming at it from, well, I
Yeah,
believe there's
but
a God, so why is there a God?
you're the
That
theist
doesn't
here.
that wasn't no.
Okay, so you're coming from a position where there is a God.
No,
Okay, now the thing
that was not my original position. My original position was I do not know. Let me
that is the correct answer.
Right,
Okay,
but
and
you're
now
somehow presupposing where I
hold
came
on,
from.
whoa. Okay, that is the correct answer. Is I don't know. Okay,
Right, and
now
that's where I
because the
started.
answer is I don't know, okay, you can't proceed in your line of questioning to accept that there is. Okay, because it's all based on a fucking unstable foundation logically, right? Because
Right.
it's just as likely you could answer, well, no, there isn't.
Which is
And
why
in
faith in
fact, all
God
reason.
and which is why it supersedes the rational mind in many cases, because the things that it's talking about are a lot of cases supernatural and completely defy the laws of what we see actually happening in reality. Nobody said that it's
That is fucked up. It
it is.
supersedes. Yeah, but no, you're saying it supersedes. Okay, which is like knowledge. Okay, now that's like a defunct argument.
Well, I mean, it's because there's two types of
That's on
knowledge.
faith.
There's revelatory knowledge, and then there's empirical knowledge.
Oh,
It's
revelatory knowledge, is it? How is it revelatory knowledge if you cannot demonstrate this to anyone else? Okay, it's not actually knowledge unless it's fucking
right. It's
science.
not measurable. It's not
Well,
empirical.
that's
It's
just in your head. That's just
you
in
could
your
say
head.
that, but I mean, so would philosophy be. I mean,
No, no. There's different, right? Philosophy. Even like look at the word philosophy, right? Right. Philo is love, and Sophie, Philo, Sophie, right? Greek, right? Love for depth is what it is basically, right? Sophistication. Okay, so that's where the suffix, right, of Sophie and philo is love or appreciation, right? So that's what the word philosophy means is an appreciation for depth, right? And when you get into philosophy, okay, philosophy, to the difference between like science and philosophy. Getting into philosophy, it's like the question of metaphysics. Okay, which what exactly does meta mean? Okay, because we have physics, okay, and but within our own head, okay, that's the meta part, okay, but that's exclusively subjective. So when you're saying like revelatory knowledge, okay, that is something that is exclusively within your own head. It's not coming from empirical, right?
right, and
And
which I never argued that it did. When you take
yeah, well,
when you,
that's just
I mean, when we look,
nonsense.
yeah, I mean, when we look at the observer effect, the implications there are that our observations of reality are actually affecting it. Not to say that we're creating it, but we're interacting with it on a conscious level, and it's creating physical observational change in reality simply by observing it, simply by being conscious of it. Now,
I don't know. I don't draw that same conclusion. I don't know what the heck to make of what you're calling the observer effect, which
uh, are you familiar with quantum mechanics? I mean, you should know about the
Yeah,
observer
I
effect.
do. I know. And the dual slit. I know. I know. It's
Yeah, this
just
goes a little. I'm saying,
yeah,
have
but
you?
I
Why don't you just Google it real quick? It's
I
not
I
that hard.
know it. I know it well. I've been over that long, years and years and years ago.
Okay, so
I already
the
know all that stuff.
implication there is that we are interacting with reality simply by observing it. We don't have to do anything to it to actually change the
Well,
outcome.
because we are a part of it. Okay, to not interact with reality is not a matter of choice. Okay, by sheer virtue of existence. Okay, we have no choice but to be part of reality. Right? So, that's like I say, where you bring up the whole
No, but
observer
that
effect.
actually what that the implication there is that our subjective perception of reality is changing what we consider objective reality or shared consensus reality. Which
Yeah,
you're
no, see, I completely disagree with that.
well, that's the
I
implication
think
of the
it's
observer effect.
subject.
The changes
Well, it's the observer effect, not a subserver effect. It's right? Observer, right? Because objective, right? This is right. We're
no.
talking physical,
Listen, if you're
right? Now,
perceiving
something subjective.
if you're perceiving an object
Listen,
and
listen.
I'm perceiving the same object and our both of our perceptions of the object are affecting the outcome of say an experiment, then your
Yeah, but
subjective.
I don't believe that is okay. Like,
Well,
what
no,
what
I mean science says that that's what it is. Like
no, I don't think so. I think you've got it wrong. I don't think science does say
no,
that.
I mean look, in physics the term observer effect refers to the changes that the act of observation will make on a phenomenon being observed. This is often the result of instruments that by necessity alter the state of why they measure in some manner. What we're saying
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Okay. Now, okay. Okay. This observer effect. Okay. We use instruments, right, to do these observations. Okay, where we then can see it. Okay. Now, remove the actual observer from this. Okay, where we don't know whether it is still holding that effect or not. It only logically follows that it does still hold that effect, regardless of whether we observe or not. Right?
Actually, according to the studies, even if we observe it with a tool or instrument, like
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah, but what if we don't look at the results? Okay, not is
then
are
they
you
don't
suggesting to me
change.
that not looking at the results is going to change the fucking results? That doesn't make sense.
Yes,
Bullshit.
actually, yeah,
Bullshit.
because if
Listen, listen. No, no,
it would
hold
mean that
on, hold
results
on.
are
Listen,
unchanged.
listen. Okay, you get those results. Okay, print it out on a fucking piece of paper. Now there's you and me. Okay, now only one of us gets to witness those results. Okay, the other person who has not witnessed the results is not going to fucking have any effect on those results
No, no, no. I
whatsoever.
never said that.
That argument is invalid.
No, and that's not what I argued. The fact that the results were witnessed at all changed the outcome of what the results were going to be. If nobody was ever there to witness it, we wouldn't know what the what the results would be
See,
anyway.
that's I think you're being misled by this, right?
No, I'm actually very well
Look,
studied on the
it
subject.
doesn't make sense. Okay, like I think we can both agree on that, right?
No, what the implications there are that human consciousness is directly affecting reality apart from physicality. Like the act of observing a phenomenon changes the outcome of said phenomenon. That what we consider to be subjective perception is actually affecting objective reality or phenomenon within.
Yeah, I think you're fucked. I think you're I don't think you really get it, and
No, I just explained it to you several times. I don't know what you don't get, but I mean, I'm not trying to
well,
argue
it's
with
like
you.
you're finding something that isn't there. Is like what I'm saying.
No, it's there. I just don't know if you understand it or if you just want to argue or if it just is. I don't know if you're experiencing some dissonance there. I really don't know, but I'm not
I'm
trying to
telling
argue with
you,
you.
okay, that you're um, you're drawing a conclusion from it, okay, that doesn't actually logically follow from the premise.
Yeah, the point being is that subjective perception affects objective reality. So really what reality is a collection of the subjective
No, see, it
perspective.
doesn't. It doesn't. Okay, our perception has no fucking bearing on reality. Okay, that's only our perception. Okay, which this is where we come into delusion. Okay, because there's three kinds of truth, sort of. Okay, there's three like states, so to speak. Okay, there's I say is truth is opaque. Okay, anyone makes a statement. Okay, if it's a true statement, it's rock fucking solid, right? It cannot be broken. Now then there's something which is false. Okay, now false, patently false, is something you can see right through because it's transparent. Okay, and then there's like the half truth, which is like translucent, right? And that's like
iridescent. Is that translucent?
Iridescent? No, that's different. That's like shiny, right? I don't even understand how iridescence works with light. That's
you say in Dirty Dancing about
a really good question.
Lipstick.
Iridescence, right? Like like the feathers on a hummingbird, right? You know how they shine in a certain way, right? And see, why do we have that specific word for iridescent, right? It has to be some sort of alteration of the actual wave function because it's it's a different form of color. You know what I mean? Like
It has to do with the wave
you
function.
see red things. It's like more than one at the same time. It's like a layering of which has to do that's interesting stuff. But Tudor, like I say, okay, I don't agree with the conclusion that you're drawing from the observer effect here. I don't agree with the conclusion you're drawing.
It's the obvious conclusion to draw given what the effect, just given the nature of the effect. I mean, if what we're saying is that observation actually changes the outcome of the phenomenon, then what we're saying here is that consciousness is affecting reality on a physical level, on a quantum level. This is a fact. That's all I'm saying. Which, if you take that a step further, what it's really saying is that your perception, whether we're perceiving the same thing or not, is affecting reality. And this entire reality is affected by a collective of subjective perceptions. Does it make everything true? Obviously not, because then nothing would be false and everything would be true and false at the same time. That wouldn't make any sense. Like, it's not.
We are all wrong.
That happens.
What are you saying, Petra?
I think we're all wrong. No one knows what the correct answer is. If you believe fully in science or fully in religion, none of them are right. It's like there's like lies and truth and everything, good and bad and everything. I think
I agree to that. I agree with that to a large effect. What I'm saying is I don't see. We like to label everything religion or spirituality or metaphysics. I don't think it has to necessarily be in competition with or at odds with science, which is simply a studying the observable and measuring it. I don't think it should be at odds.
Yeah, see, it's always bothered me, and it still does, and it doesn't make sense. Now you're drawing a conclusion from it, and I don't agree with your conclusion. Okay, because I think there's actually a more sensible explanation.
Yeah, it is. God is intertwined in every bit of it, science, religion, and everything else.
Of course, God. I'm saying we're talking about. Okay.
There'll always be variables.
So that's what you think? That's proof of God? You think the
No. I don't believe there is said proof of God. Otherwise, we wouldn't believe in Him by faith. Otherwise, faith wouldn't matter. It wouldn't mean anything if you could just prove it. Then everyone should accept it as a fact.
Something happened this year because it's the 7th month of the 7th day of the 7th year.
Yeah.
No, I think.
No, how can you say no? So you're saying that I'm wrong and you're right, and no one's got the proof. I hate when people do that.
No, I wasn't saying no to what you said. I was.
Oh, I'm gonna let you off then.
Yeah, it was more.
It's the way.
Actually, I think Tudor kind of agreed with Petra. In other words, I kind of agree with Petra too.
Like signs and all that, 7 is like God's number in it, but some shit's happened to me. I'm not going to go into it, but like a lot of things have happened to me recently, and I think it's something's going to happen this year.
God ever talked to any of you guys or what? Tudor, does God
Yes.
talk to you?
One time I was in bed.
Like you.
Oh. Uh-oh.
No, I was
Well-
half asleep. I was literally asleep, and I hear like my own voice say a couple of words. Like sometimes when I'm asleep and I wake up and write it down, and like it was all religion and all that. Anyway, one time I was asleep. Up until then, it had been like this other spirit that's been with me, but this was a new one. I know it sounds mad, but this was a new one anyway. I was asleep, and then I was talking to it in my sleep. I had my eyes shut. Don't remember what I said. Don't remember what it said. It spoke in a posh voice. And then I don't remember what I said, but I think that was someone like yeah, like I get signs sometimes. I'm not gonna go into it. I sound mad now, doesn't matter.
That's interesting.
And like my spirit man that's been here for like years, like it's about 7 years, it let me know when it was here. It communicates with me like if I think of something in my head, I hear like to answer me yes or no. I hear left click in my ear for no and a right click in my ear for yeah. But this new spirit that's come along, it does like a colour and it answers more questions than this other spirit, because the other spirit didn't answer no questions and it used to like confuse me and that bad. So anyway, this new one is like it lights up on the left side of me vision. Like I see a light up and then go flash on and off. And that means no and yes. And it's answered some questions that I needed answering. And it gives me faith, when I'm thinking about something, and it's like a yes or no question. I don't mean to ask it, but I think it and then I see the colour. Yeah, it's all good.
That's interesting. Serge, you asked me, has anyone ever heard from God here? Do you mean like audibly, or in what sense are you referring to? Like,
and I get shivers as well. Cold shivers. But I'm not sure who it is. Like it could be someone else. I don't know. But it's not like
whenever I get shivers like that, I'm fairly certain that isn't God.
No, but you don't know what's the relationship and what's going on. It's not. I've got no monsters in my eyes. You can tell by people who've got demons by their eyes. I know mine looks sad, but that's a different story. But you can see like the doubt, and when their eyes glaze over with doubt, and it's like they look scary, and it's like I can't do it. I can't change my eyes the way to be something else. But I can see it in people, and I've got no monsters in my eyes. They won't touch me. They won't. They attack people around me, but not me. My poor dad's been ill for years, like different illnesses all the time. I'm sure he's been attacked by demons. Like I don't ever feel any pain apart from what.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, because in your experience, you said you at one time were possessed by a
Yeah,
demon.
but listen, you've heard me say what spirit mine is, isn't it? He's not the same person as you read in the Bible and all that. It was written in the Bible like you should be dead by crucifixion through the hands and legs. He was Legion. Satan was in him. So God will forgive the demon sins and Satan sins and all that. Whoever wants to repent, the demons went into Jesus and they felt the crucifixion pain. It was written, he must die by crucified hands and feet. Now, my one, when I got possessed, that was by... Because I remember one time laying in bed and I started getting pains down below and in my stomach, like excruciating pains. And I was like, I died for you on the cross, feel my pain and all that. He's a human, like, just he makes mistakes as everyone else. He's the same as everyone else. Anyway, when the spirit comes, it gets me high. Like, it's like I'm on drugs, but I haven't been taking drugs. And I don't remember what I'm saying and all that, but I'll be lying in my bed alone. No one's ever witnessed this. I'm always alone in bed. Like, it used to happen every summer, once a year, but it stopped coming out because I've scared it away. So I was lying in my bed and I was like, it got me high and I was talking loads of shit like that. I hated it, like, but I don't remember really what happened. And I was being a bit nasty to it, saying I was going to send it to hell to be raped by Satan off the bone without no holes and all that. But I was laughing. I was laughing at the time. I thought it was a joke. So anyway, I got up out of bed, like, probably about 3 days past with me just chatting to myself. Well, not to myself, to whoever's talking to me. So it said to me, I'm going to control you now. So I was like, yeah, fucking come on then. So anyway, next minute, I'm naked in my living room and I'm doing all this vulgar movements on the floor, on the, like, shagging the air and shit like that. And it said to me that I'm the devil and I'm going to be, like, kept this way forever, like as a slave and all that. And then it said, no, you're in heaven now. So I'd feel a relief 1 minute and then a terror the next. It just went on like that for hours, screaming, ranting and all that, getting me to do weird stuff. I don't remember most of it, but That's what it done to me. That's the only time it done that to me. Then a few months later, I was in bed and I had this vivid dream. I thought it was real. I was floating around my bedroom slowly, and I felt I've been turning everything up the same in my bedroom. I felt like the whole room moving. It was relaxing and all that. And then I heard a voice say, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. That's relaxing, isn't it?"
Do you believe that was a demon, or what do you think? Like,
It wasn't a demon. It was Jesus. Yeah.
no, I mean the first one
Same
where
as
you're.
everyone else. He's no big god or nothing. He's just the same as everyone else. He's got problems. He's the one with demons, not me.
So Jesus is the one with demons.
You don't know him. You don't know Jesus.
No, I mean when you had a shift in or a lapse in consciousness and you recall yourself naked doing vulgar movements on the
That was
ground.
Jesus. Yeah.
That was Jesus.
Yeah. You don't know him. You don't know him. Like, I'm not saying the old Jesus in the Testament and all that. I'm not talking about him.
No, it's.
No, Tudor, don't tell me what's no and what's yeah. I've experienced this. I know what I'm talking about. Let me.
No, I'm not. I'm not minimalizing your experience.
This is Jesus. Yeah, I'll show you now. Take me. I keep showing this song. You probably got sick of it. I'll read it out to you.
It's fine. I probably told you before.
No, but I know why people think it's demons and all that. I do know why, but it's not like. I know what demons do.
I mean, you can believe whatever you want to believe. It doesn't affect anyone but you, really. But yeah, I mean, I mean, what else do we need to say about that? I think we've talked at length about that particular thing.
He was born sick. This song says, and he loves it. This song is about God, someone talking to God, and he says it in a negative way.
Does anybody stop to wonder why? What is it about Jesus that every single worldview somehow opposes or tries to somehow distort? Like, you have all these different versions of Jesus, and then these antichrists, and I mean,
he loves me, but he's a perv, like, he's dirty. But I'm not for him. Like, he's got the wrong person. He's just upset and hurt. I'm sure he's a nice guy, like, but he's a human living on earth and a spirit. I know it sounds mad, but you'll all find out one day, I think.
No, I'm sure everything I say sounds probably pretty crazy to a lot of people.
Just accept me, don't judge me, and just like
I do, Petra. I don't judge you. It's not my place to judge you.
I've worked out, and it's like maybe I'm wrong about some things, but
no, I don't judge you. It doesn't mean I agree with everything you say.
No. And that's my problem. That I expect people to agree with me and think I'm right. And my mom said, you can't force.
That'll never, not even, no, the world will never work that way.
Yeah, I personally respect her just for explaining her experience.
That's hard for me to say that because it's hard for me to say things like that. I didn't want to because I know how mad it sounds. Like, normally, like, with people around me, I drip feeding things and tell them, like, little things so they make up their own idea. But, sometimes I do tell, like, a bit more than I should. I don't normally tell people shit like this, and I'm telling it on fucking camera, aren't I? But, I'm trying to think what else.
Yeah, I mean, I would be curious to hear what the secular viewpoint. I'm sure they would call that psychosis.
Paranoid schizophrenia, I'm diagnosed with.
Probably.
Because I said to the doctor that some spirits give me sexual feelings. I'm getting like
somehow, and for whatever reason,
where the fuck did that come from? And he thinks I'm paranoid schizophrenic because of that.
I mean, don't you find it curious?
Well, I've recorded the noises. Other people have heard the noises. People get possessed around me, but not me.
I believe you. I mean, don't you find it curious that this particular spirit goes by the name of Jesus? I mean,
he's never told me it's Jesus. It's just what I think. I've worked what I've worked out on my own. No one's told me anything. I've had to work all this out by myself.
Well, I mean, didn't he tell you that he died for you on a cross? Like when
that's what he said, yeah. But he thought I was someone else, didn't he?
Well, he's giving you the implication of who he claims to be. who else died for you on a cross? I mean,
Let me
other than
read
who?
things that let me get my book, and I've written things that when I was asleep, I've woke up and written it down. Hold on.
Maybe it was someone that was hit by a train when they were crossing railroad tracks.
Look, man, I have too many reasons to believe what I believe, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. I guess everybody has to do their
There's personal reasons.
certain things have to happen to people before they. In other words, before
No,
they.
he's extremely delusional.
No, I mean, I believe we live in an extremely deceptive time, man. Like, I believe the information age is the age of deception. Like, I think we're being bombarded with junk information and junk data all
Of
the time.
course, you know.
I can wrap that up in a blanket statement. Biblically speaking, of course, Satan is going to use the internet.
Oh, no doubt.
Of course, that's one of his best fucking tools, man. In
Of course,
today's
who
age,
wouldn't think that religious wingnuts from thousands of years ago wouldn't know and be far better educated and understanding than we are in this day and age now? Like,
yeah.
well, I was being extremely sarcastic.
Yeah, I could tell this.
I know. I took it's water on a duck's back, man. I know what you meant by what you said. I'm not a religious wingnut. You're wrong again about that.
I wasn't saying you two are. I was actually the guy at Tudor.
I agree with what Tudor said. See, certain things have to happen in a person's life to cause them to redirect their thinking to investigate other possibilities. And
Right, this is the words that I've written down. These are not my own words because I've been asleep, and then I've heard in my own voice. I've heard one word, and it startled me, so I woke up and wrote it down.
You know, I heard a very similar story from Ray, right, where he was laying in bed, you know, and he heard God speak to him. You know what God said? Fucking homo.
See, that's what paranoid schizophrenia is, when they get voices in the head telling them to hate people or oneself, and they get like negative thoughts. Mine's fuck all like that. I've researched it, and I'm telling you now, that's not me. Anyway, this is what the words were. Social workers. In that region of love, how did it get here? Pharmaceutical, I give to my soul. You must go away. Dog eat dog. I'm going to keep blessing, definitely. Queen, super absorbent. Ended in the dark. I was watching earlier. You're absolutely wrong. Happy. Holy Land. Mary, they don't know. You were singing. Sanctuary. Adjacent. Some of them are just bullshit, like, but I'm so sorry. Touch me grave. You're such an idiot. Lover. Diamond child. Princess. Not letting go. Cross-eyed. Kurt Cobain. Son. Noah.
Does it have like any like cohesive meaning to it?
Before the spirit came along, maybe in the past it's been real but mixed a bit with illness as well. So like I made some wrong assumptions maybe and got it wrong. But anyway, what I thought before the spirit came along, I was watching Kurt Cobain videos, Nirvana and all that, and I was reading too much into the lyrics. So then the spirit came along and that, and then I just had in my head that it was Kurt Cobain, like. But he said he wrote it down, Kurt Cobain, cross-eyed and son. And on one of the Kurt Cobain's videos, he's got a Jesus cross in it, and the light shining in on him, and all the songs are weird, like I found God and like I'm not scared and blah blah blah. So that's what I thought that was him, like, but I don't know. I've had a dream about it as well. Centerfold. Call me a night shagger. Blunt. Doesn't say nothing anymore. Apart from that time when something else came along. They're all fucking with me, like, aren't they?
Yeah, I would say they definitely are.
Music comes from God, like the old music and all that. There's loads of prophecies in it. Messages, message in a bottle.
Yeah.
And it's taught me a lot, like, fucking hell. I've learned everything I've ever learned off music. I see things maybe that others don't see. And it's all happy. It's good news. I don't know if people think music is demons and that, but it's so not. Maybe modern music, yeah. But
You know, the church actually banned a certain chord, right? Like 3 notes, because it was, you know, they said it's evil.
I don't believe that. I really believe music's got a brilliant, powerful message, a lovely message to be heard, like Bob Marley and, you know, John Lennon and
Yeah.
people like that. Even though I listen to the radio and I'm always hearing positive songs.
I have heard some serious
About dancing in the street and like people going wild and having a party and that. And like in Master Blaster Stevie Wonder, he talks about the third world countries being one again and like there's good stuff in it. But like I found something out recently. I'm not going to go into it, but it's fucking crazy. Like, and it's like I always thought that I'd need this spirit to get me somewhere, and I've always prayed that I hope I don't need the spirit because I don't want to give it the satisfaction of helping me. But it turns out that I'm the one who's going to help myself.
Sorry, I'm eating popcorn. Don't expect me to speak too much.
Popcorn. Look what I got today. Sweets. And those Galaxy caramels are the best.
Hold on, I can't.
Oh.
Let me see it. Let me see it. I didn't get to see it.
Can't you see it? Oh yeah, hold on. I've got my screen share up right there. And
Tell Velvet Babe she's chicken. Well, no, you don't have. I can't tell you what to do, but I'm pissed.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Is it raining where you are, Tudor?
Yeah.
I'll start us. Oh, you guys are lucky. I was going to mention to Pay. Get ready. There's some cold air coming because I went outside and we got a bit of snow coming down, and the wind is just blasting through. You know, and typically it comes from the northeast, and yeah, that's exactly where it's coming from. There's a big rush of huge cold air mass heading towards New York.
Yeah, it's supposed to drop down 20 degrees or drop down to 20. I can't remember which.
Well, it's got this the speed of the wind. This is all it's moving. It's big and cold and
yeah,
traveling with purpose. I can hear the wind howling right now at the windows, which oddly enough, it's not all that creepy.
Tudor, you live at an intersection somewhere?
No, just a busy ass street.
I was getting ready to say, man, because I heard, so I can hear the rain, I hear the vehicles, I hear a train in the distance.
Yeah, you can hear damn near everything around
I've been walking in the middle of it. I've been walking in the middle of it, in the middle of the night. I've been walking in my sleep to the valleys of the wind.
Yeah, wow, it's crazy the howling I got going on here.
Man, you don't have to worry about anything. Trump will fix it.
Trump will fix
Dude, Trump is fucking everything. That's
I know.
one of the big reasons why the Canadian dollar's going down. Okay, and the thing is that hurts you too. That hurts America.
Peso's
If we
gone
go
down
down
too.
What's that?
I said the peso's gone down as well.
Oh yeah, it was because of the uncertainty and instability. And America, okay, it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you.
Well, there's an old saying, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
I think right now we're seeing the opposite, where it's getting a little bit better before it gets worse, honestly.
Okay, well, I hope
A lot
so.
of people, expecting that. Well, the thing is, Trump, he's not going to do a lot of what he said.
Actually, he's
right?
building the wall already.
Yeah, good luck.
No, I
Who's
have
paying for it?
I have
Who's
very
paying
mixed
for it?
feelings about Trump.
Yeah, well, who's
There is
paying
no
for it?
ideal candidate. I don't even believe in the whole electoral system at this point. I think it's all a sham, a farce. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I can see in it. The one thing that I will say, I can clearly understand the contradictions of Trump. That I'll give you that. But
Yeah, I think it's all.
unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, the things that I really know to exist, and you're never going to get it through the media. I can promise you that with everything that I am. He is doing he is doing the right shit, man. Believe it or not,
Mm,
it's gonna be controversial as hell, but he is doing
we'll
what needs to
see.
be done.
What you think he can dismantle? From what I'm seeing, he's not. He's doing like the opposite, right? He's increasing military budget,
I can
and
I can understand
he,
that view, but my view is he's doing
yeah,
my view is from what I really know exists out there. I'm just thankful that there's somebody that's actually got balls enough to do it.
I
well,
think he's
the
controlled
thing,
op, but what can you do, right?
Yeah. I think it'd scare us all to death. Well, actually, not me. I kind of already know about a lot of it, but I think it'd scare you to death if you really knew what existed out there, Serge. Uh,
I know quite a bit.
all this stuff you talk about from the media, brother. That's the last thing I'm worried about.
Well, I don't know.
Mm, yeah, I mean, you can't even hint on the reality of the situation without being some kind of conspiracy nut. So, no point in going there.
Yeah, that's where it gets tricky.
If you really knew the people that have been put into certain positions that's really running this country, it'd freak you out.
Not just
Um,
this country. I mean,
That is,
well,
you're right.
yeah,
It's not. I'm just speaking.
yeah. I mean,
I
we're
don't know if
talking
I'm.
about the entire international
That's right. And
corporate and
I want to break those reins. I want to break those reins.
well, you talking about
And
the
that's it.
bankers?
Well, yeah, it gets into a little bit of that, you know.
even the bankers have a boss.
Well,
Yeah, and don't ever forget with the corrupt powers that exist that want power and control. You've always got the nutbags doing their independent shit on top of all that. So I'm a firm believer somebody had to shake the tree and make the apples fall.
well, it would be. So you're talking kind of like Trump, right? Which is like vacuous. You're not really actually saying anything of substance.
Right, because I don't want to get off into another debate about all
Yeah,
the.
you don't want to get off on that.
You
Why
know what I'm
not?
saying? Well, it's actually it's past 1 o'clock in the morning for one reason, but
Hmm.
you know, but the other reasons is because we can talk about it. It's kind of like God, LaSurge. There's really not anything you can say to me, and I doubt there's anything I can say to you. We can discuss it, until the cows come home. But until something happens that changes your thought process to allow different knowledge to come in that is reality, then you're just not going to have a different viewpoint. And I can understand, the whole thing because I used to think different than I do now until I learned some shit I didn't know. Okay. So, uh,
I agree with Buddy on that.
yeah, I mean, and so I just don't blame anybody for their views. However, when I study their walk and where they've been and what they've investigated, it allows me to understand why they have that view. And if they studied me and where I've been, which they're never going to be able to know for a number of different reasons where I've really been, then they would understand my view. But
Oh, well, you want alien abductee?
Well,
well,
no, that's me. Remember?
I'll just leave it to you like
No,
this.
you're an agent.
I'll just leave it.
You're a fucking agent.
I mean, I'm.
That's what
I'm.
you know.
I have to leave it like this, LaSurge. I can't talk about it with you, man.
Well, I'll tell you, if you do get abducted by an alien, okay, it's probably because fucking Tudor's standing there with a goddamn laser pointer on you.
I can feel it right now. It's burning my shoulder blade.
Yeah.
Speaking of laser, man, I got one of those little lasers right here up above my computer. Fucker, man. That damn cat will chase that son of a bitch until the cows come home. I can run it up on the wall, and that damn cat will jump way up on the wall trying to get that red dot.
I know there's definitely some, insidious, the history of what's gone on in politics in the U.S. and, getting.
Hey, did you see where they signed the? I just saw this today when I was pulling up some stuff. He's reinitiating the big NASA program.
Yeah, man looking to make man mission to Mars. Okay, but that's been on for a long time.
That's all to do with science.
Yeah, Obama was. That's Obama was the one who signed that on. Get that going.
Well, actually, the NASA depleted, is what happened. It got depleted, man.
Well, yeah, it got gutted. I know. Yeah, that was Bush. Bush is the one who gutted NASA. Okay, everyone's been complaining about it, and Obama started refunding. Okay, now the idea of a mission to Mars. Okay, that came from NASA. Okay, and Obama was very vocal publicly about endorsing it. Right?
Actually, NASA took a hit before Bush.
Probably.
Yeah, because I was going to work at NASA, just so you know, so I know all about that.
I met a woman who's a psychiatrist for the physicists at NASA. She was telling me because of holographic universe theory, they're all losing their fucking minds. Like they're going crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, this the quantum physicists and all that because of that's what holographic universe theory, which basically that we are in a matrix.
Right, in a simulation.
Yeah, a simulation. This idea. Well, that's okay. There's the actual legitimate scientific holographic universe theory. Okay, and then there's the philosophical construct, which I don't know the name of the guy. It's some New Age philosopher, right? And he floated the first time I got exposed to this idea. Okay, because of what I understood about science and everything like that. The first time I heard it, it like petrified me. Okay.
Petrified?
Yeah. Petrified. Hey,
That's me.
sorry, yeah, terrified. Well, that's a different type of being petrified. Your type of petrified is a lot better. People like that petrification.
Disturbed, perturbed.
Anyway, yeah, just to the core. Okay, rocked, shaken, and I had to keep recycling the idea through my head to desensitize myself to it. Okay, now what the idea is that reality is a simulation, okay, on a supercomputer of the future made by us, okay, where, in the future, we're so far advanced that we have the computer technology to actually do something like this. And, this reality is a simulation recreation of the past being done in the future.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's basically in a nutshell. But what I would say to that is, how do we know for certain, given the premise that it is like a simulation, why would it necessarily have to be a simulation of us in the future? Like, why wouldn't it?
Well, because the universe is, I don't know.
It wouldn't is the answer.
Well, it wouldn't have to be, but that's what the idea is. Okay, so pitching the idea, of course, it's that's what the idea is, right? So it's
I would argue that I do believe we are in a sort of simulacra of sorts, given that this is
yeah.
just one aspect of a much deeper reality. But whether it's a computer simulation or anything like that, it's purely speculative. Speculative, like.
Okay, this whole thing about multiple parallel realities and stuff like that. Now, do you think there's a parallel reality in which Packy does not have a small penis?
Given the premise that their parallel realities are real, possibly.
I think, yeah. I don't know. Maybe he was probably lying. I don't know. Who knows?
It's possible.
Yeah. However improbable, I guess, yeah, we can say that it is possible, in fact. Okay.
But I mean, who's to say?
Tudor, yeah, he should be a professor. And Lysid should be a lawyer.
Scientifically. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I thought you were a rock star on Newsmax. I was like, leave him alone.
He should be a rock star. I was gonna say I thought he should be a psychotherapist.
A rapper.
Yeah. How about serial killer?
That would actually fit you pretty well, I think.
Like the Yorkshire.
I know, granted, it's not exactly a noble profession, but I don't know. Tudor, I think you far more fit the serial killer profile than I do. Come on, now.
I'd say mercenary, because there's profit in it.
Yeah.
But no, just for self gratification, I don't think so.
Do you watch Dexter?
I've heard it's a good show. I've never actually got around to watching it.
I don't like it in those series like that. I think they're boring. Like I didn't like that Breaking Bad. Someone introduced me to that, but it's fucking shit. Don't watch all these Game of Thrones and all that.
I binged watched Breaking Bad.
I watched the first couple and I thought this is fucking shit. What do I like?
Maybe it's just not your thing. I
like stuff like Friends and Sex and the City. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Those are more geared towards your demographic, like being like age and range and gender and whatnot. But
no, like I'm 32. I should be watching what all my peers are watching, but I like what I like, don't I? Don't like none of those series like Game of Thrones and that. I've never even watched that, but I've never even watched Lord of the Rings trilogy, whatever they're called or whatever. Didn't like Harry Potter.
Yeah, I've never watched Game of Thrones. That's another one I've never.
What was the one that the first one was Lost, wasn't it? I didn't watch that either. Lost.
No, you know what? There's a lot of good series. I haven't really watched seriously watched TV in a.
I don't watch TV really.
Yeah.
I put the odd movie on every now and again, but
the last thing I really watched was sometimes I'll binge watch on Netflix or something that I like.
Netflix is shit. I prefer listen to music.
I really don't watch TV unless it's like a movie or something like that. I think it's a large investment of time to watch these episodes.
It's good. I've got the full Sky package and that. It's good when I'm not doing nothing and I fancy watching it, but some people may think I'm wasting my money because I don't watch it, but it's nice to have that comfort, when you want to eat loads and sit on the couch and watch a film.
Oh yeah, when you just want to laze around. I think
yeah, lazy. I used to be more lazy than I am now. Now I'm doing more stuff, but I always used to do very recently, well not recently, about last year, a couple of years ago, lie on the couch all day and watch telly. But I was happy with it. I thought that's all I wanted to do. I thought all I want to do with my life is smoke weed and watch telly. I was quite happy with that as well.
Oh, that's funny. Smoke weed and watch telly.
Yeah, I wanted to be a weed smoker and a bed tester.
A bed. Oh my god! You know what? That would probably be amazing for a while, but even that.
Getting high and sleeping on water beds. I want a water bed.
I like the idea of it, but the actual I don't find them to be that comfortable. I used to like them as a kid, but
you don't find what comfortable?
The water mattress. I don't.
Oh, you got one of you?
I have before. Yeah, they pop easily, and they're kind of.
Edward Scissorhands, best keep away from my bed.
That's right. I love that movie, by the way.
I do. I think it's great. That's the best movie he's ever done. I don't like much of Johnny Depp films. I think he's overrated. But that film was the best. Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, I think that was sort of like the golden age of Tim Burton right there. Like,
Do you remember? Did you watch The Labyrinth with David Bowie?
never seen that one.
You should watch
Interesting
it.
looking
It's
movie.
amazing. It's the best film in the world. That's my favorite film ever. It's really good.
Did you-
Like
do you
dark
ever
fairy
watch-
tale.
Did you ever watch? I think it's a Jim Henson film. Okay, called The Dark Shard.
No. What's it
No.
about?
Oh, I think it's. I don't even know what to say. Well, it's about the Dark Shard. It's it's a fantasy thing. And
Shark.
I think you love it. It's freaking awesome. Okay, if you like Labyrinth,
Yeah, I do.
it's kind of along that.
What's it called? Shark.
Okay.
The Dark Shark. Or Shard.
The Dark Shard.
Shard.
Right? Yeah,
Shard.
it's like early '80s. Okay, it's basically like I don't even know if it's fair to say cult classic. It's basically a classic that is kind of lost. That people. I remember seeing it. It was huge when it came
Could
out.
be a
Okay,
cult
and people
classic.
don't really-
I'm going to look it up now.
Yeah,
What's the premise of it? I
Um,
mean, what's the general premise without giving any like spoilers away?
What's that EMD? EBM? What's that IBM? IBMD or something?
yeah, hold on. It's no, this is something different. I'm pretty sure it's called the Dark Shard.
So,
Crystal.
no,
The
it's not a
Crystal.
film.
Yeah, 1982.
Dark Crystal.
That's exactly what you're. Yeah, I think that's it. The Dark Crystal. Yeah, fantasy action, right? It's yeah, but Jim Henson. Right? Muppets. It's brilliant. It's freaking brilliant.
1982.
It's American British, right?
How's that then? How's American British work? Both British and American actors.
Just collaborated between.
Oh, it's the animated one.
Right,
Is it
it
animated?
is like here's what it says: is the Dark Crystal is 1982 American British fantasy adventure film directed by Jim Henson and Frank Oz and stars the voices of blah 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 blah. The plot revolves around Jen, an elf-like gelfling, on a quest to restore balance to his alien world by returning a lost shard. See, that's the shard, right? It's a lost shard to a powerful but broken gem. Although marketed as a family film, it was notably darker than the creator's previous material. The animatronics used in the film were considered groundbreaking. Yeah, at the time, it was like cutting edge. This is the birth of animatronics, more or less, right? Which
Oh, the Labyrinth was known to be more light-hearted than the Dark Crystal.
it is freaking awesome. It's really good, right? There's
Maybe
it
we'll
talks.
watch that.
It's brilliant because it's all like puppets, right? It's all Jim Henson, and puppets, but it looks so real. Like it's got this weird. It's just so artistic. It's great.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's cool. I think you probably that's the thing. It's kind of family. It's like I don't care how old or young you are, right? It's like basically impossible not to enjoy it and get absorbed into the story. And
You watch that and watch The Labyrinth as well with David Bowie. You've got to watch it. Like he writes and performs, and he writes all the songs to the movies and sings it himself. It's fucking amazing. Well, I thought it was anyway. Maybe because I've liked it for ages since I was a kid. But
No, The
I
Labyrinth
still
is
like
definitely.
I still watch it.
The Labyrinth, I know for sure, is definitely a cult classic. Just never got
Yeah.
around to watching it.
I love it. I've travelled far beyond the Gotham City to take back the child you have stolen. I know all the ways to it.
One that I do like, I think I probably have to watch it again because I'm comparing it to the book, but Blade Runner, obviously.
Never seen that. I probably watched it when I was younger, but I don't remember it. Blade Runner. Is that anything like Blade the Vampire?
It's no, which I do like that movie also, but no,
Yeah.
Blade Runner basically has to do with like artificial life and like it's a lot less philosophical than the book, but I still like it.
Do you like The Lawnmower Man?
Which
The Lawnmower Man.
never seen that. What is that?
that was
man
pretty.
What?
It's a
He's
horror.
a bit retarded and that, and then something happens, and he gets entangled with the lawnmower. Something mad happens, and he's like becomes like this big Don't know. I can't remember what it's about, but it's good. Like, have you seen The Fly?
The Fly. Oh yeah. You mean the 1980s remake of it?
Yeah, but have you seen The Fly too?
When I was a kid, I don't. You know, it's been so long, and
I never even thought there's a Fly 2 out there, but the other month I was watching telly and it fucking came on, Fly 2. Thought I've never seen
I
that.
remember it was.
No one's
It
heard
had
of
to
it.
do with his son, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's
And
really
the
good.
government, I guess, had him, and something along those lines. I don't really recall, but
Yeah, the government did have him, yeah, and he turned into a nasty fly.
yeah, I thought the first Fly, or I guess it was the 1980s remake. I thought they did a great job with that.
Let me just see what this Lawnmower Man is about.
What else is good? Have you ever seen No Country for Old Men? Great movie.
No?
Yeah, that was really good. Eh? The dude with the cow execution thing.
Yeah.
He is what a casting job. Like, he was so perfect for that role.
The Lawnmower Man
Oh,
is a
yeah.
1992 American science fiction action horror film directed by Brett Leonard and written by Brett Leonard and Jimel Everett. The film was loosely based on the plot of 1968 film Charlie. The Lawnmower Man is named after the Stephen King short story of the same name, but aside from a single scene, the stories are unrelated. The film stars Jeff Fahey as Job Smith, a simple-minded gardener. Blah, blah, blah.
Did you see The
Sounds
Running
interesting.
Man? Speaking of Stephen King,
Probably saw it.
right? Arnold Schwarzenegger was the main star in The Running Man. And as a movie, the movie was pretty good, right? And I read the book after seeing the movie, and the book is like it's